Racers, are we ready? Yes. Are we ready for the Zip Chair Gaming Esports?
Hello everybody and welcome to the CECC Last Chance Qualifiers for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. My name is Keel Miles on the mic with Lyric, and we're about to get into the Bracket 1 finals. This is a whole smorgasbord of teams, has been whittled down to just New Jersey City University and Fisher College. Who else could it be?
Honestly, two titans of collegiate Smash when you really think about it, right, Miles? I mean, we have star players on both sides. Of course, when you're thinking about NJCU, though, this is definitely a team that I'm very familiar with because it's actually a team full of local players that I'm very kind of like seasoned with, not only casting wise, but just watching these players play. NJCU, and if we could throw up that roster, has players by the name of Smash Bros. Definitely one of the best Lucases out there. Hydra, Palutena. Also, you have Zombu and KDT Rampage, Purple too. So this is definitely a very, very stacked roster. But Miles, if you want to talk about the other side, that side is also pretty stacked too.
Yeah, you got Tri-State, some of the best and brightest in New Jersey, but then you got Fisher College, who have come to New Jersey, won a bunch of tournaments there, and then also they're winning everywhere else in collegiate and outside of collegiate. Obviously, it's Sonics. I'm not going to intro Sonics, but DM, Vidad, Blitz, Luigi, Joda, all of these players are famous in their characters, in their regions. They're amazing. DM and Vidad in particular, just the other week, they put on a show, taking down some of the best and brightest in the ECAC. They put up one heck of a fight, and, well, I haven't seen them play mad before, but in that third game, on the game on Monday, they played mad. But that in particular showed off some of the best edge guarding I've ever seen on Rob. And I'm very excited to see more of that coming out. But I think it's going to be Joda opening us up, who is one of the Banjo players. I will be frank with you, I don't know how many there actually are. But Joda's the one out there doing a lot of labbing, a lot of the tech, a lot of things you see on Banjo. Joda more or less had a hand in inventing it. And I'm excited to see some of that demonstrated live right here.
Yeah, I think Banjo-Kazooie is a character that I think us, older people, really resonated with when we saw the trailer, right? We were super excited. I have a video of me screaming my head off. But, Banjo came out, and a lot of people don't like him, man. But I think if it's one player that has actually been trying to carry the meta, trying to bring Banjo back into, quote, like, relevancy, it's actually Tweak on the top level, who's been kind of playing around with the Banjo just a little bit more. Like you said, though, Joda, definitely one of the strong Banjo players that is out there creating that Banjo tech, creating, these scenarios where people are becoming more and more kind of aware here. But we will be getting started very soon. It is going to be small battlefield for our starting pick. And we do have Kashira, of course, on the Aegis as well. If anything, Kilo, this is very funnily just two very separate sides of the DLC coin.
It really is. It's fast and, I don't want to say simple, but straightforward. And then there's Banjo, who is a whole other game in and of itself. And you can see Joda is trying to play that game just a bit, but I mean, just controlling center stage with some nairs, trying to catch some jumps, nothing too crazy as of yet. Trying to get some setups popping up with the egg, but overall Joda is just laying on some pressure, looking for some sort of confirm off of this egg, but hasn't gotten it yet.
Yeah, I'm loving the way also that Joda is kind of playing a little bit more reserved. It will be the Wonder Wing that actually hits below the ledge here. And unfortunately, the Photon Edge going a little bit too low. That's actually going to be Kashira's first stock going down. As I was saying, though, Banjo is one of those like characters that you can zone with. You just have to be a little bit more careful. Ooh.
Yeah, he's almost a little bit more of a trap character than he is a zoner. Like, yeah, he puts out a lot of projectiles, but mostly he's trying to confirm into something strong off of that egg grenade. And we're seeing a lot of this ledge trapping play around them, because as you saw, once you get your opponent without a jump, Wonder Wing is might be the best two-frame option in the game, just because of how long it lingers, how it's invincible. And sure, you only get 5 of them, but how many edge-guarding scenarios are going to have? Popping them up a little bit with an egg ladder, but not over-committing. At such a high percent, I don't blame them. It's very easy to get counter-hit out of that, as Joda still somehow holds on to this stock.
Yeah, I'm loving the way that Joda is using a lot of the grenade to zone as well. No Wonder Wing left, though, so we are going to have to make it back here. Kashira, though, not going to be able to actually, like, find enough positioning to get in line for the edge guard here. So now Joda actually up a big amount. Ledge Trump back air is going to be able to take that second stock, and now Joda at 168. No Wonder Wings left to go, Miles, but honestly, do we even need one at this point?
No jump off stage, and Joda got 41% off of it, and I wouldn't have been shocked if he got the stock too. Right now, Joda is putting on the pressure as if he's not at kill percent against Pyra, and catching out Kashira as he's trying to go for these anti-air up airs, just again and again, preventing them finally enough till it will finish the stock, but it's felt like that should happen a while ago.
Yeah, no, it's kind of unfortunate too, if you're Kashira, because now you have to make up so much time, and now you have 10 more Wonder Wings to go through. Still, though, the dash attack is going to connect, and now it's all up to Kashira to make it back to stage, but you are Mithra here, so you have to be a little bit more careful because you are a little bit lighter here. Joda's still trying to line up with one of these Wonder Wings, unfortunately will not connect here. Now Kashira going to be able to find the landing nair hit, but we're unable to really find the ladder that we all need. Beautiful parry, though, onto the down smash. Can we get the punish? No, we can't.
Does whack him out of the Wonder Wing, though, as little bit of a start here. Could have gotten something big off of that forward smash, but unfortunately it's another edge guarding situation for Joda. Long lingering nair right there, as Joda doesn't get the ledge trump this time. Kashira is fighting for their life, dancing, dodging, but right now they're barely able to get back into center stage. Can they get something off of this Joda situation? No! It's Joda with the eggs again.
Yeah, this is the thing, right? Joda's like, let me just let you kind of get it out, right? Let me just let you kind of throw around these aerials. I'll wait for one of my setups to hit. Still, though, I want to see a little bit more grab, and there it is. I get it on one side, but not the other. It will be Joda holding on by 2 stocks here. It's NJCU already going to be down their first player. Fisher looking strong with Banjo as their leader.
Yeah, not a bad performance at all, and Kashira did a lot there, and I feel like Kashira doing a lot was the problem, because a lot of this movement Joda was throwing out felt intuitively punishable. Yeah. It's like you see a move with long lag, and Mithra is a very fast character with very long range. You think you can run in there and hit him, but then Joda's already out of lag, has a grenade out, and you might not take a huge amount of percent for it, but it's like Lucy holding the football again and again and again. Kashira's running in, trying to get some sort of combo starter, and just getting smacked by grenade after grenade.
Yeah, so it is going to be for NJCU. It is going to be Rampage coming up to bat here with Joker here. Now, the thing is about Joker is that once we have our Sen, it's a very different game, right? We're able to get these juggles for high amounts of damage, but I am worried that Baby Joker essentially is going to get kind of tossed around like Mithra kind of did, right? Unable to really get things started as Joda kind of goes out, throws out these eggs. Now, granted, we can Rebels guard some of these grenade setups, and I think that's what Joda needs to kind of watch out for so we can build our Sen a little bit faster. But I don't know. I am still a little bit worried about weight versus weight here. But we'll see where exactly we are going to go, because stage always matters in this game.
Yes, it does. Rampage in particular is a bit of an interesting one. Was the opener for NJCU for the longest time. And so I'm not as worried about Rampage maybe not being as comfortable in some matchups, because Rampage is the one who is used to getting blind picked into literally anything. I know for a fact that Rampage has had a lot of these moments of like reverse six-stocking really good teams like Northwood, like teams who are some of the best in their collegiate region. Rampage has taken some names on them, but it's not, at least back in previous seasons, was never consistent. So Rampage can bring some of that elevated play here, and now that's what I'm looking to see.
This is a massive lead, though, for Fisher College. I mean,
Yeah.
even if Joda were to get one stock, that offsets a lot of the stock trades. Odd. So it's not exactly your favorite spot if you are Fisher. So we'll see what exactly NJCU can do here. Once again, Fisher is just so stacked. We're starting off with the banjo player who's already, doing amazing things. We have the rest of the team to go. You can also probably assume that Mr. Sonics is waiting in the wings here as that signature anchor position. And I'm excited to see what exactly is going to happen here, because if Rampage is able to go on in and just, take out Joda without losing a stock, we're back to even. But if I'm Joda, I'm gunning to even take 3 more stocks.
Yeah, Joda definitely has the potential to do it. All the Fisher players do. They're all so amazing. And I want to speak a little bit to the quality of the teams that are not Fisher in here too, because Fisher had a bit of a run to get here. They went through Stony Brook, who, if you haven't seen them in the collegiate scene, I don't blame them. Stony Brook has been unfortunately not as prevalent, but they've got some of the best players in like upper tri-state there are. Like they've got Quid on their team.
Yep.
Quid brought Sonics to the final stock, last hit, last stock, and it still wasn't enough. Fisher still remains on top. NJCU used to be the king of the East Coast. They haven't been able to reclaim that title because, come on, it's Fisher. But I'm just saying, there's only one other team that's won ECAC besides the Fisher roster, and that's NJCU.
And still, though, getting a nice opening combo coming out from Joda here. So now, I like the pick onto Hollow Bastion as well, but this is what we were talking about, right, Miles? The fact that we can Rebels Guard a lot of some of these long-range projectiles. Now we already have Arsene to help us here. If I'm Rampage, I need to find a way to get damage and get it up now. The Nair, though, is going to connect down tilt, unable to, but the second one will. And now Rampage still just trying to find a way to get something started that isn't an AHA, but it's looking a little bit more difficult as Joda is going to read that standard getup and get that first stock. Massive lead for Fisher College already.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us, and now we see Rampage trying to bring it back. Not going to get a platform tech chase, though. Instead, it's Rampage looking for just little chips, little hits at this early percentage. And the problem is, that's what Joda's looking for, too. Now you've finally got Arsene online, so maybe you can get a down air, a landing nair, something to get a combo started. But when Joda controls this center platform, it feels insurmountable to get anywhere on this stage. So Rampage wants to hold center for dear life when they get it back, because otherwise you're going to be going up against the artillery like that.
My goodness, what a beautiful jump read with that Wonder Wing. I do think the DI was not the best, though, because Rampage did just kind of fall down here. Great air dodge through the guns, though. Rampage definitely has an edge guard opportunity right now, but you just have to pick it a little bit wisely. There's a dash attack, catches out the jump with the up air and the nair as well. These nairs have been so well placed by Joda right now. Joda gonna be able to find one more. Can we get the stock? And can we get Fisher up 5 stocks, Miles?
Oh my.
No!
Oh, Rampage.
Oh no.
That's heartbreaking to see right there, as Joda, who came in, I mean, Joda was playing hot from the get-go.
Oh, absolutely.
But that was just dominance there on Hollow Bastion. And I credit a lot. You were the one who said it. Stage matters. Stage is supreme. And there, one big center platform, one character who has the range to cover everything from the center of center platform all the way to the ledge, and who has an invincible call-out option for when you're fed up with all the projectiles. It is a recipe for disaster right there. Rampage got no benefits of that stage. Joda got all of them, and it was game from the second it said go.
Yeah, this one's a little bit tough. I actually think sending out the Joker was a good idea, but I don't think matchup-wise, it was the most efficient to getting Joda out as fast as possible. I do think one of the Palus could have came in and kind of just had their way, right? I think Palu does an amazing job of stacking up a bunch of damage, as my cat decides to say hello right at the perfect moment.
Hello.
Yeah, he's the best. Come on, man, I'm trying to work. But I do think that Lucas is a great choice here in what very well could be the MVP of this entire set. 5 stocks with Banjo, not easy at all.
It's really not. You gotta remember, this is the finals. Like, both these teams have played a lot of matches today to get here. And this is not a great thing for morale to start off this way. Smash Bros, I think you said it best, has been terrorizing New Jersey for years, and now, well, they gotta put some tear into this Banjo, because otherwise, he's gonna go on a tear through the entire team.
Yeah, and it is a best of 3 as well. So believe it or not, we've already been through half of NJCU's roster, and Fisher College is still on their first player. So will be Joda having to drop 1 stock, but only 1 stock. And we'll see how this one is going to go, as I'd like to call this one kind of a niche matchup for both players, right? I can't say how much matchup experience either of these players have, but already Smash Bros, nice aggressive start.
Immediate control of the ground game with these Zairs, with the PK Fire, forced 2 Wonder Wings and hasn't even taken a single hit. And I feel like that's so important because tether recoveries can still get 2-framed. It's happened before, and Joda is going to try to exploit that. But beautiful right there. Raw back air off the side of the stage. Smash Bros with a dominant first stock right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Great stuff from Smash Bros. And this is once again, oh my god, this is once again just an absolute brawl between both players. I love the way that Joda gets their opponent in enough hit stun where it doesn't matter what they do. The moment that they're getting propped up by an egg, they're going to eat a Wonder Wing to the face. And it's beautifully placed so far off the ledge that even if you DI pretty well, if you're at 40%, you're done for. And speaking of people that are done for, it could very well be Joda. But once again, this is a Banjo technician here, as he's going to be able to survive.
And the amount of time that was spent on that recovery right there, Smash Bros finally is looking like they're not dominant, but there they go. This is so back and forth here.
It is.
Joda is just
so close. Oh, no way! The PK Fire? All the way there? No way. That was gross. I did not like that.
I don't know if I've seen PK Fire kill in a while, though. I haven't
not
seen
from
Lucas in a
not
while
from that
either.
point on the stage. That's the thing. Not from literally the ledge. That had to have been just like wacky DI, but good on Smash Bros. Going to be able to put a tourniquet over the bleeding that was going on over on the NJCU side. Fisher College now has 3 whole players to go, and honestly, big shout outs to Joda, of course, taking 7 stocks in a 12-stock crew battle. That's pretty darn good.
It's about as best as you could hope. And, hey, if you're looking for some other things that are as good as you could hope, CECC Last Chance Qualifier is brought to you by ZipChair. As the official gaming chair of the CECC, you can head over to zipchair.com to elevate your gaming chair today. We got a lot of people in the CECC who are using them. They're very good. And, yeah, go check them out. We're going to check out who this next pick is going to be, because Vidad is coming in already. I was thinking Vidad might be the second to last, but no, they're looking to drop the hammer on NJCU as soon as they can.
This makes me think that Hydra is going to be, Hydra's going to be the anchor here. But Vidad, Rob player, excellent Rob player. And I think Rob is a great pick in these crew battles. So I really want to see how, this one is going to go. Rob Lucas, I mean, the thing is, Smash Bros is playing in New Jersey. There's tons of Robs. I mean, this is Tri-State, the land of Tri-State. You got plenty of amazing Robs in our region. But you also have Vidad I can't say how much Lucas practice any player on the planet does kind of have. So we'll see how this one is going to go. Miles, what do you think about the matchup?
I'm thinking that Vidad's game plan is going to be trying to take away Smash Bros. Ground game, because that's where they were getting a lot of their mileage. You get a Zair, you convert it into, like, Nair drag down brings them down to the ground where your combo game starts. You never really want to be in full hop range, you want to be low down. So if Vidad is able to use a lot of this gyro play to threaten big combos, to keep Smash Bros. Jumping, when you have Lucas in the air, sure, he's got some mix-ups with B-reverse, wave bounce, all that jazz, but at the end of the day, he's still much more vulnerable than he is on the ground with access to all his options. So I feel like Vidad's going to try and take that away, set up an edge guard scenario, and like I said, Vidad's one of the best edge guarders I've seen in a hot second, and I'm hoping to see it demonstrated here so I don't look a fool.
Absolutely. We'll see how this one is going to go. We are getting the bans out right now. But yeah, it's very close. Believe it or not, it is still very close. Once again, we're in the finals, so only the best of the best are here. The bans were from NJCO, Town, Smashville, and Battlefield. So we're taking away small stages for small sides. Battlefield, though, of course, we want to prevent any disasters happening on that top platform. So we will be going to Pokemon Stadium 2, El Clasico. Also leaving Hollow Bastion open as well. Not the worst stage in the world. But I'm interested to see how Smash Bros is going to do here. I'm going to be looking at him a little bit more than Vidad. Just because, once again, this should be a familiar matchup, at least for Smash Bros. But on the other side of Vidad, you can't really tell.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be obvious in this first stock just how much Vidad is experienced in this matchup, and also in recovering versus Lucas, because not a lot of people are challenging Rob, but in that recovery, or in that edge guard against Joda, Smash Bros. Demonstrated that they have no fear in going off stage in any situation, and we'll see if that makes or breaks their match against Vidad as just a little bit of jabs to open things up.
Yeah, so far, kind of like a touch and go neutral, as I like to call it. Just trying to figure out hitboxes, trying to kind of catch your opponent off guard here, but here we go, big laser into the dash attack as Vidad trying to find an option in, but it will be Smash Bros. Still, poking and prodding at the problems here. Wanting to just get something open here, but Gyro and PK Fire are going to be the two main projectiles you need to be watching out for. But it's so far so even right now, as both players just not too keen to pull the trigger yet.
Not at all. A lot of respect being shown right here as both of them feel each other out. See recovery, tethering back to the ledge twice in a row as... Again, like you said, it's little 2 or 3 hit combos, nothing big, nothing grand, but this could be finally a confirmed fast mash, or slow mash, I think, into the immediate up air as Smash Bros. Does end up losing a stock right here. You're hoping to take at least one from Vidad, otherwise Hydra is going to be very far up the creek without a pattern.
Yeah, absolutely. But still, look at the way that Vidad and Rob are just poking at the issue. There it is, the gyro to cover, but unfortunately for Vidad, Smash Bros. Is going to just fly through. Has to find a way to get this stock. There's the Nair, but unable to find the down tilts to keep Vidad in hit stun here. Oh, and the laser? Oh, nah, that was crazy. Vidad going to hold on to all 3 stocks here, as now NJCU all the way down to their last player. That laser, so well placed.
Yeah, that's shooting the can out of the air. That's a quick draw. That is also not good news for Hydra. I remember in the early days of NJCU, the tale was always... I don't want to say always, but NJCU would rely a lot on Hydra to bring back games that looked like they were a little bit far gone. He's their anchor. But against Fisher, when you know Sonics is in the wings, NJCU has gotten so much more powerful. They weren't just the best a while ago. They're still top 2ing basically every tournament that they enter in the collegiate scene. But at the end of the day, it always comes back to Hydra. It always comes back to this titan of the scene who is amazing in so many matchups, who is going to have to try and clutch up against some of the best players in the world right here. This is going to be very tough, and we might already see eyes turning to that last screw battle.
Yeah, 9 stocks with 3 is not impossible. And I know Hydra. Hydra is an amazing player. Very, very disciplined. A lot of great combos. But this is a tall order for literally anyone, no matter what. So it's just looking a little, what I'd like to call, it's not impossible, just unfavored, if we're being honest here. There's a lot of things to kind of, consider. Not only do we have Sonics waiting in the wings, we also have DM, Blitzy Luigi, Fire the Pyro, and DM. Like, there's still a lot of good players for that third spot before we kind of get to final boss Sonics. So we'll see how exactly Hydra's going to do this. But as you said, Miles, this is a seasoned player through Collegiate. This is a seasoned team. They know exactly what they need to do. It's just, how do we get there?
Yeah. I honestly love that analogy you just used, because that is the problem with Fisher. Every other player on Fisher besides Sonics would be the final boss of other teams. Like, that's the issue. You're doing a veritable boss rush every single time you go up against Fisher, and you got to be ready. Yeah. You got to be absolutely prepared for everything that could come at you. And it really sucks when your plan goes Ari, because looks like we're in the game. Hydra. 9 stocks right here. I feel like this is more a litmus test of not if you can beat Fisher College, but how far can you push them right here in this first crew battle? Because if Hydra goes down fast, then I can't be too excited about the second crew battle.
Yeah, if anything, it may just be an order thing going into second crew battle. Maybe we need to start with a different player. Maybe we just need to kind of expect maybe a lineup change. But here we go. This is what Hydra's looking for here. And this is, once again, a very disciplined Palutena. Knows exactly when to go in with the aerials and knows exactly how to convert, even if we're kind of in weird hitboxes here, but going to be able to find the forward air out of shield now. And now Vidad going to be able to make it back onto stage here, but already starting to kind of lose in terms of the percentage war.
Hydra playing this very cautious. You don't want to get caught by a stray aerial, because every single stray aerial from Rob could just be the end. Nair in center stage. Control of gyro. Hydra going for a very disciplined edge trap right here, not looking to overcommit off stage, not against Rob, not when you know what Vidad is capable of.
Yeah, absolutely. Still though, first edge guard here, Vidad has to kind of take their time getting back up to ledge here. Ooh, the down tilt doesn't connect, but able to get out of it fast enough that we can read the jump with the back air here. And now it's all Hydra. How are we able to hold this lead? How can we even extend it? Here's the first Nair. Only the top hit actually works, so we're unable to kind of keep Rob where we need to be. But here we go, finding the Nair and even getting a little bit of a gyro toss combo to go with.
Yeah, Hydra's definitely trying to use every card in the playbook, and they've done a great job holding on to this stock, but right now Vidad is going to catch that long recovery right there. Hydra gets back on stage yet again. I talked up Vidad's edge guarding, but Hydra's not giving them even a ghost of an opportunity right here. Always very safe recoveries. As 164, I mean, if you're gonna be 9 stock in Fisher, this is what you need to be doing. Holding on to every stock as if it's your last.
Yeah, absolutely. 164 and now 169. Honestly, an F tilt right at the ledge will take this first stock off of Hydra here. But Vidad actually playing really well. Will be able to catch the jump with the right arm of the rotor here. It's definitely not the worst possible scenario. We can definitely get this stock now. If we're Hydra, we're able to get a jump read. And there it is. Finds the air dodge and even gets the explosive flame. Looking for the up air. Unable to find it. But great mashup by Vidad. But Hydra still always following up with an option that is safe. The up tilt chase onto the platform will actually take it. Hydra looking real good so far. I know Vidad wants at least one more stock to make it easier from the team, but honestly, Miles, it's not going to be as easy as Vidad thinks.
Yeah, Hydra's looking slick with it right here, as Vidad is going for a lot of these counter hits, but Hydra always drifts right outside of Vidad's range. Nair, up air, forward air, it doesn't matter. It feels like if you're trying to go for a counter hit, you gotta be the one winning neutral if you want to be hitting Hydra.
Still though, a big tall order, right? You gotta be able to hit him.
Yeah.
Good back air though into the dash attack. Hydra is moving right now. Absolutely moving here. Down tilt, second one doesn't connect. It's always these nairs out of shield, Miles, that are working out really well, right? It's such a great option. It stacks up so much damage, but here we go. Vidad looking for the back air, unable to find it. So instead we are going to be able to find the down tilt dash attack here. Hydra, though, going to get hit by the big laser, so this actually messes up the edge guard just a little bit. Dash attack not going to be enough here. I love the gyro toss up, but look at this, finds the up throw. It's not going to be enough, though, because unfortunately we don't land on the platform.
And this is very scary. I saw that tech, and I thought it might have been over, but Hydra is still managing to hold on. I mean, 171, this is a very doable stock to take right here, and you need to be taking this. Going in with one stock against the world, it's not going to be pretty, and Vidad is looking strong. I thought I was a big Hydra believer right there, but right now Vidad has, I mean, done his due diligence right here. You can't really give your team a better advantage than this, unless you just straight up take Hydra stock now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think personally, like, this is the best case scenario for Fisher. 2 stocks down and just 1 to go. Hydra will be holding on for dear life at this point in this game number 1 in our best of 3. It will be Hydra who does take out Vidad here. And now we just need to figure out the one person that's going to come in next. Honestly, it could be Blitzy Luigi, could be, you know, that Mega Man coming in, could be DM on the Pikachu, wouldn't be great. It could be a couple players. We could also just send in Sonics now if we really want to. But I'm gonna look towards next game a little bit, Miles. If I'm NJCU, I actually think I want to start Smash Bros here. I actually think Smash Bros came out of the gate swinging really hot. I think we mix up the order just a little bit because honestly, Jota was on a tear.
I 100% agree. I do not think it should be Kashira out first, but it feels like that's always been the NJCU game plan, and we'll discuss that a little more between matches because DM is on the field. It is going to be that Pikachu into the Palu, and you sounded a little queasy about that.
Yeah, queasy is a really good word for a matchup where the moment that one of these players finds a nair, it's going to be kind of gross, right? Like both of these players are looking for their one kind of chance in. Both of these players are looking for that one option for their opponent to kind of get a little bit antsy and swing first. The thing is though, Pikachu's a little squishy, really kind of, you know, and especially in the hands of DM, one of the best players to do it with Pikachu. Both of these players, I think, are character specialists in their right. But Pikachu sometimes can find a cheeky KO with something like a down smash, maybe even a dash attack if it goes that high. So I'm interested to see how DM is going to do. It's 6 stocks to 1, though. Like I said, I believe in Cinderella stories, but this one's just a little more unfavorable.
Yeah, it's not ideal. I mean, if Hydra shows a really good matchup against DM, maybe, just maybe, you feel a little more confident if you vary the order of those first 3 players. But again, if DM just comes in and it looks like Hydra's blown out of the water, I mean, like you said, I don't even think that means anything because this is just the nature of the matchup.
Yeah,
both of them are going to hit hard. Both of them are going to get hit hard. It's just the way things are going to go.
So though Hydra does have to drop 2. We are on Hollow Bastion though, so I think we could be searching for a Thunder KO if we are DM here. Gonna always, I think when it comes to just generally watching Smash, I think a lot of the times you just gotta look out for the center platform, see how players either like to control it or like to kind of work around it. But here we go, DM already finding a couple aerials to get us started here. There's one hit of the Nair, but unfortunately it's not gonna lead into anything if we're Hydra here. Finds though the combo, and this is exactly what we need. Good air dodge down, but here comes DM with that forward air. Honestly though, I feel like Hydra's holding on to the game just a little bit stronger, but these reflects aren't doing as much as Hydra hopes because honestly Pikachu can just slide right through after taking the hit stun from the reflected Thunderbolt.
Yes. I'm going even is not what you need to be seeing here if you want to be winning this outright. But it's the nature of Smash Brothers. You're up against someone of equal scale. You're gonna have a hard time just eliminating stocks the way you need to in order to win. I mean, Palu's good, but she's not a touch of death character, and you almost need that as your comeback.
Woo! Speaking of comeback, going to be able to find the exact point where DM is going to be landing. So an explosive flame will be taking the stock, and look at Hydra saying, you know what? I don't care how many stocks I'm behind. I'm just going to outpace you. Looking, and I love the way that Hydra's also always has his back turned to DM too. We're always looking for this spaced back air. It is so strong. It is so safe as well. So now DM is actually the one on the back foot here, as now Hydra just looking for the opportunity, but still Pikachu finding the aerial here, going for the ledge trump, unable to find anything. The quick attack into the up air too. Now Hydra's getting into these danger percents versus Pikachu.
Hard Hydra goes for a hard read. I love it. Because you need to be going for a lot of these high-risk, high-reward plays right here. Not that that's really even that risky, as Hydra is putting on the pressure on this ledge trap. DM is struggling in these higher percents, finally gets back air. But I feel like Hydra has always just been a little bit too tricky on the recovery for DM to really do a lot to finish the stock.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you. I think the way that DM, we can kind of see the thinking, what I like to call like a stutter in the gameplay, where it's like, well, I know what's correct, but I don't think my opponent's giving me that correct option here. Trying to find the forward air, unable to find it, so now Hydra at this 120. If we're able to get this one stock, we have a lot of reach to work with, but that's a big, big tall order right now. Pikachu finding the back air here, is now DM trying to line it up, cannot find the down air just yet. All they really need to find is a big dash attack opening, but honestly, Hydra playing so scary. There's the back throw, will be able to eliminate another stock. Miles, it's possible.
It's very possible right here. I mean, this is one good edge guard away. You remember Hydra went for that down throw forward smash? If you hit one thing like that, one mix-up, that's all you need. But unfortunately, one stray hit is all DM needed. A dash attack will do it, and that will be with 4 stocks. Fisher College putting themselves up 1-0 in this set in the finals.
MVP goes to Joda, right? Like anybody to disagree with me on that one? 7 stocks, like that's pretty good. We'll see where exactly we're gonna start, and obviously NJCU's order needs to change. If we're Fisher, we can either expect that and then maybe throw out Vidad first, maybe if we want to go Palutena, maybe throw out DM first on the Pikachu. Now we get, and once again, because we're in the finals, these guys are seasoned. So, hey, maybe we counterpick. Hey, maybe we keep to like what's straight. What do you think Fisher's game plan is going into game number 2 now that they've won?
In my experience, when Fisher is playing hot, which they usually always are, once Vidad is warmed up, Vidad is usually the opener in the second crew battle. You see this Rob come out to try and just crush any resistance right out the gate, knowing that they usually want to send a stronger player first. Vidad is who I'm expecting. Okay. I've seen it in 2 Fisher matches before, and I worry if Smash Bros. Is the one to come out. But I also don't know who's better. I feel like Rampage might do a little better when you're not playing against Banjo. Especially Rampage, now that he's a little mad that he got 3 stocked. I wouldn't mind seeing Rampage return as the opener for Fisher, but I feel like every single one, Kashira, Rampage, Smash Bros, you're not sending Hydra out first. Any of those 3, it's still very risky no matter who's opening up.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a little bit difficult. It's a little bit scary, right? So honestly, I'm excited to see both teams are still deciding, or at least one of our teams is deciding who is going to be going in first on both sides. It's so important. It is so important just because we see what the right opener can do for you. And that is win half the crew battle for you. More than half, actually. So we'll see, as once again, I always like to say final boss Sonics is waiting in the wings here. I would like to see Blitzy maybe come out. Fire the Pyro too. I do believe that is a Mean Brawler player. I haven't cast a Mean Brawler I think in years at this point. But well, I mean,
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. One thing I do want to like level set for everyone is this is online, and it's not like Fisher College have never lost a game. There was a time where I used to be like, Fisher College have never lost a single crew battle.
Oh no,
That's not true. There have been teams. Definitely a lot of people who come very prepared for the matchup. Way back, looking far back, Northwood was the only team I've ever seen to take Fisher to a 5th crew battle. And that was on the back of Copel, who is a Midwest, yeah, you've seen Copel.
the goat. Excuse me, the goat. That's the King K goat. Thank you.
Yeah, counter hit king, honestly. I swear to God, Copel can turn any single stray hit into a stock. Every single time. It's insane. But that's the quality of play you need to bring to the table if you want to push Fisher to the edge. And I think NJCU might be capable of it, but it's very tough. Especially, another key factor we got to take into account. These players have been playing all day.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a long day from both players, but we will be moving on into our second game of this series, and the starters for both sides have actually changed. Like you said, Miles, like you kind of predicted, like you alluded to, it will be Vidad on Rob coming in first, but Rampage coming in for Joker on the other side. So not starting with Smash Bros, actually starting with Rampage. And I'm hoping that we get a little bit of a cleaner set from him, because I feel like we didn't really get to see what they were made of.
Yeah, I'm hoping so as well. The problem is this is also a more familiar matchup for the other side of the plate. I mean, it's not like you're gonna go into a game and you're like, oh man, a Joker. Ooh, what
Never
do I
seen
do
that
against
before.
Joker. I mean, it's gonna come down to a player matchup right here, right now, because both of these players have really no surprises besides the buttons they press.
Yeah, absolutely. So it is going to be Vidad and KDG or KDT Rampage. Words are hard. Letters are hard. My goodness, you know what else is crazy? These gyro combos right now, Miles. Gets the read, and still we have Arsene out, but look at Vidad. Like you said, when they get angry, they play out of their mind. The down air not going to connect, but still holding on to the ledge a little bit too long. Might even lead to the demise, and the demise it has led to. Vidad untouched this first stop. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Let him play.
Eric,
Let him play. Let him play. All right, that's me.
0.0%.
Let him play.
That's
Please
not
let
a
him
lot
play. That's not
Oh, finally he gets a hit, and Rampage tries to get a combo, but Vidad nares right on out of it. Rampage had to respect it, but the back air 2-3 stocks to 1. Vidad is... this is brutal.
Yeah.
There's no other word for it.
Yeah, this
It's
one hurts.
Rampage.
Rampage, please fight back, man. And we're starting to fight back, right? We're starting to get things going here. It is going to be, but oh, Vidad almost finds the down air and the roller arms. Oh God, that's a combo video if I've ever seen one.
That's
That
a
one
clip if I've ever seen one.
Yeah,
The
that whole
game.
thing could fit into a highlight.
Oh my gosh, that's not a great tone setter.
That
And
one.
that is kind of why I feel like Fisher always opens with Vidad first on the second crew battle, because you have a break. You rally your morale, you form a new plan, and then Vidad comes in and 3-stocks your first player, and he almost always does, by the way. Vidad playing hot is another beast. And then what do? You had this whole plan, your morale was up, and then you see someone get 3-stocked. How do you come back from that?
You
That's
send
what
in
Fisher
Smash
banks
Bros.
on.
You actually
Yeah.
send in Smash Bros. Now. You
You
send
do
in
it.
Smash
Yeah.
Bros. That matchup was looking a little bit better. Smash Bros. Definitely looking a little bit more confident, but Vidad just like, hey, guess what? My turn. Like Joda getting all of our prayers, or like
Oh.
our all of our our flowers and accomplishments, our compliments. There's the words. Like all of that starting off, and then it was like, all right, what about me? But we will have a new player stepping up to bat here from the NJCU side. It's gonna be Purple the Pac-Man. I love when like player tags and their characters are like so nice, and then you just have like, like Destroyer 114 and they play Sephiroth. But no, we have Purple the Pac-Man stepping up to plate here. Definitely an interesting matchup for Rob, just because projectile game goes 100% in the favor of Pac-Man.
Yeah. A lot of the strengths that people afford to Rob are also afforded to Pac-Man. The ability to have long-lasting control, lingering control of center stage, having a slow-moving projectile and a fast projectile, that's Pac-Man. He just has a lot of the same tools that Rob has, and they both have good combo games. The one thing I'm scared of is that if Purple isn't hitting the bells, isn't hitting the keys, then Vidad just has a much better kill confirm game than Pac-Man does. I see the face you're making, and I know, but I've seen Vidad like get a stray up tilt at like 70% and kill off of it every single time. Vidad is lethal, and I don't see that from Purple all the time. Oh.
That's the thing, though. That's Pac-Man, right? Pac-Man isn't really like that, like, ooh, is what I like to call like a lethal hunter type of character, right? It's slower, it takes setup, but when you're able to find those setups, you are able to catch your opponent off guard a couple times, but kind of have to make it to that point in order to do so. So we'll see how Purple is going to fare here versus Vidad. Are going to go to small battlefields, which I do enjoy. Of course, no PS2 ban. I'm always very surprised when zoners don't go to Pokemon Stadium 2, but when we're going to a smaller stage like small battlefield, I'm gonna assume that we're gonna start fighting. Oh, and a button check. We're gonna button check real quick.
Yeah, they're gonna throw hands, and they're gonna make sure they're ready to throw hands first because they're professionals. But yeah, I agree with you a lot about Purple's setups. You've got to be seeing a lot of precision. You've got to be unexpected all of the time. Because Pac-Man has a lot in his toolkit. And if you're just going for, oh, I'm going to hit you with the Gallica and up air 5 times, Vidad's ready for it. Like, it's not like Vidad hasn't seen that one before. So you got to get tricky. You've got to catch him unaware. Got to be going for a lot of those setups with the hydrant pushing your fruit around. You got to get some Z-drop shenanigans going on. You've got to catch Vidad off guard, because if you're playing generic, then as we saw with Rampage just trying to play a good Joker game, you got to play more than a good Joker game if you're going to take down Vidad.
Absolutely. I also think Vidad's movement is also very impressive. I love players that move fast. I think a lot of the times, while having like a very diverse character meta, I think, believe it or not, is very healthy for any type of competitive game. The way that Vidad moves with Rob is very, very impressive. A lot of these like landing on platforms, with limited amount of time in between moves, and then we're constantly throwing out hitboxes here. So I'm interested to see how this one is going to go. Purple definitely getting a couple of those tilts in, checking all the buttons, but I really want to know how this is going to fare out, because honestly, Fisher making an absolute statement in this game number 2.
Yeah, this is, well, it's Fisher College being like, we should be qualified. We shouldn't be in the last chance qualifier, and this is what you get. As, Purple tried to taunt. It happens to the best of us, and one opening, one sign of weakness is all Vidad needed to get 50%.
Yeah, I like the way also that Vidad is going ahead already and just targeting down the hydrant as well. And uses the burner boost. My goodness, the pure confidence already. But here comes Purple, has the Galaxian in hand. It's not the worst thing in the world when we're able to kind of get a couple of hits through it, but we have to capitalize off of it, right? So it does a really good job of keeping your opponent hit stun, but we need that finisher combo here. So far, so good though from Purple. Now actually takes the percentage lead.
Ooh, Purple rolls right into the gyro, but Vidad doesn't capitalize, and now with the bell, Vidad just barely scrapes by that. I mean, they used to call it the final smash for a reason. Pac-Man's forward smash is lethal!
Yeah, gets the first stock with Bell as well, so Vidad actually going to drop, at least for the moment here. We're waiting for the water to push Purple back here. Purple now trying to get something started, but look at the way that Vidad is chasing. Gonna be able to find the ground. Good mash out. There's the up there, and it will actually take the stock. Stocks are even between players, but not between crews right now. And now it's all Vidad. Are we able to continue this rampage of aerials?
Chase on the platform, but nothing comes of it. Purple, I find that interesting. Instead of trying to tech chase a lot of the time, they're just going for trying to get another setup, knowing they're going to get a lot more by getting their projectiles on the field rather than just trying to get a straight hit aerial.
Yeah, absolutely. Still, though, beautifully spaced aerial, by the way, from Purple there. Could have actually led into a rotor arm, believe it or not, just from that angle as well. Trying to read, though, all these burner boosts up into the Nair downs have been so fantastic from Vidad. They cover so much space. Going for the down air, unable to find anything. Will take the trampoline, though. Beautiful by Vidad, and Vidad now up a whole lot of percent and even a whole stock.
That was the most disciplined and aware recovery or edge guard of a Pac-Man I've ever seen. We gotta talk more about that later, but right now, Vidad is keeping the heat up. The burners are still on high, as with the tech chase set up, they don't really get a lot, but they jump into the belts and they don't get hit by the forward smash, but Vidad somehow holds on to the stock.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because it's just a wrong read at the end of the day for Purple, right? Was thinking that forward smash was going to do it, but instead it was actually up smash that you were looking for here. I actually think Small Battlefield has stopped a lot of the, impending doom, just because whenever Vidad goes to Nair to catch, Purple is like landing past a platform, and it's just a good spacing moment here. But still, though, Purple lined up, trying to get something started, but Vidad has so much rage as well. Another down throw, a back air could potentially even do it. The cherry not going to be enough, so instead we're going to be able to find the back throw. The Hydra doesn't connect right now, but my goodness, all this hit stun, all these projectiles not doing him any favors. It will be the drop off the ledge back air, and honestly, Miles, Vidad taking a page out of Joda's book, not playing around.
Not at all. I had really high hopes for Purple, because Purple has had some great performances in the past. That first crew battle went by in the back of my head. I'm like, where's Purple? And then taking the first stock, and Vidad just held on and showed amazing matchup awareness that entire time. You called it out, the way Vidad was constantly pressuring the hydrant, making Purple wary of ever throwing it out and leaving it unattended, because Vidad was going to use it against you if you did.
Yeah, absolutely. Really good stuff from Vidad. All right, it is going to be Hydra coming in. It will be Hydra coming in. So big boss Hydra, and leaving actually Smash Bros to be the anchor this time. Really like this pick. If it's, like I said, one thing that anybody from New Jersey knows how to do, it's play against Rob. So Hydra coming in now, just not going to save themselves for the final, spot. Instead, we're going to stop the bleeding now. And I actually really enjoy this. We're going to Pokemon Stadium 2, though. Vidad has 2 stocks. It's definitely not impossible here. But I have to say, the switch up from MJCU to send Hydra in now, really good choice.
I guarantee you the conversation was Hydra looked over at Smash Bros and went, okay, you played him before. Do you think you can beat Vidad? And Smash Bros went, maybe you take this one. I'll hold up the back end. And now Hydra's here, because Hydra, there was a moment where we almost thought Hydra was going to 3-stock Vidad.
Yeah,
now,
absolutely.
This is warmed up Vidad, but still, Hydra has shown amazing discipline in this matchup.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. But now it's all about, can Vidad get 1 stock here? I think Vidad's goal is 1 stock, because that'll definitely help out the crew. But look at the way that Hydra is just approaching. It's so scary here. Finds a couple down tilts into the forward air, though. And now it's all Vidad. Can we get something started? The reverse nairs, too, Miles, are placed so extremely well. Perfectly. As driving Hydra across stage and waits after that bury, knowing Hydra's gonna fast smash. Vidad keeps advantage that entire time and gets a stock for it, as Hydra's the one down a stock first until there's the explosive flame. High up in the air, that's gonna be enough. Yeah, things are looking now really, really good, I think, for Hydra too. Definitely getting that second stock off helps, and what an explosive start to the third one too. I honestly still think though Vidad is in a spot where we can actually take another stock here. I love the way that we're jumping up and out of range of that explosive flame and holding shield really well to prevent some of these nair out of shields from Palutena to kind of scoop up here. So look at Vidad just waiting, saying, you know what, I'll wait for you to strike first and then I'll go on ahead and try and follow up.
Hydra looking for something at ledge. One down tilt is all you need to take the stock right now. But Vidad is not able to get follow-up off of that tech chase. Hydra is playing impeccably spaced right now. Even when they do get stray hit, there's not enough room for Vidad to get a follow-up, and catching them with that strong back air off of the ledge right here. Hydra knows they are one strong hit away from taking this stock.
Yeah, beautiful fade out by Vidad here. Hydra gonna be able to find the nair, but great air dodge up. Still though, Vidad has to make it back onto stage, but unfortunately going to roll right into that explosive flame. Hydra only losing one stock here. Could be the start of a comeback, but Vidad definitely playing extremely well. Now, if I'm on the side of Fisher, I'm not going to lie, I actually don't think sending in Joda is the smart idea, because if anything, Joda is going to pay, you know, the heavier tax and will be kind of scooped up into a lot of these nairs. It's not going to be fun for Banjo. I really, you know, it would be kind of cool to see, it would be kind of nice to see Sonics kind of, you know, come out of the cave a little early.
I mean, especially early on in like 2021-ish, it was Sonics and Hydra in top 8 of a lot of Wi-Fi tournaments. These two players have fought each other a lot. Now, back in those early days, it would have been really bad connection Sonics, but it was still like, they definitely have fought a decent amount online when Hydra, I know Hydra must hate hearing this by now, and I'm sorry, but like, was top 20 on the Wi-Fi Warrior ranking, like, was getting a lot of those top 8s. So it wouldn't be the worst thing to see that matchup, but instead it is going to be DM coming out swinging. I mean, a very practiced player in their own right, and they are going for the Aegis this time after they beat Hydra on the Pikachu. Very interesting.
Yeah, this one is a little bit interesting, but I think it's because we never want to let our opponents get comfortable no matter what.
No.
I think when we're sending in Aegis, we understand that we really do want to overwhelm our opponent with Mythra, right? I think a lot of the times players are like, oh, well, I'll just like, you know, run in with Pyra because she's strong, but Mythra is actually going to be the star of the show here. You just can't get edge guard. And the problem is versus Palutena, a character that has been out for, you know, what has been Smash Ultimate's lifetime of 6 years starting to be kind of crazy. The thing is, though, if it's one thing that Palutenas really know how to do, it's ledge trump back air. Palutenas really know how to go out there and chase your opponent. You have a teleport recovery.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of can save you from practically anywhere. So I'm interested to see how this one is going to go, especially knowing that DM is a very good Aegis player, but I mean, it's Hydra at the end of the day. Hydra does have to drop one stock, so it is 3 stocks to 2 right now. We'll see how this one's going to go.
Yeah, we will see. As I wonder, like, just how aggressive Hydra is gonna get here. Because you can scrap with Pyra Mythra if you have the tools for it. But I don't know. And Final Destination is a strange pick for this, too. I do respect DM for doing it, though, because you just have complete control of the ground. Hydra doesn't have a lot of just, like, immediate combo breaker tools, and so we'll see how that fares right here, as it's right now DM just controlling the neutral.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think getting rid of the platforms is the main game, right? We don't want to let Hydra have an option of getting back onto stage in any which other way than just landing on it, right? We don't want to mix up our recoveries with platforms. Instead, we just want to kind of, you know, control the ground, which is what DM is doing really well. Has all the damage stacked on with Mythra, so going to switch on over to Pyro for the moment here. Then we're going to go back into neutral. Trying to find an option right now, but still the counter is going to be grabbed right now. Trying to fish out with an up tilt, and Hydra, unfortunately, trying to land in with that nair is actually going to cause him to lose the stock.
This twice that Hydra has lost the first stock in this. Fisher has really stepped it up, and they're making it very difficult for New Jersey City University to have even a ray of hope, but a ray of hope is all Hydra needed to take that stock. Now, one Nair, one edge guard, this can all be different, but you've got to get that first, and DM is making it very difficult.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the spacing game now is going to go into Hydra's favor just a little bit more. And once again, when we're able to find our hits in, we are able to get it going here. Great air dodge by DM too. A lot of the times Palutinos really kind of like to go for that spike break below the ledge here, but the air dodge actually makes the recovery just a little bit more tricky here. One thing, if I could change anything about Hydra right now, it would just be landing into DM is not yielding you as much results as you want to see, and that's why we're actually backing up now. So really good adaptation on the fly from Hydra, but look at the way that DM has already stacked so much damage. Up throw, trying to go for the up air, but switch on over to Pyro. We know that we're trying to catch Hydra landing in with a up tilt again, but the foresight looking real good there.
This is very scary. A down tilt right there. The second down tilt, okay, I don't think that was a regrab, but it doesn't matter, as DM is one more ledge situation away from seeing Hydra move on, as Hydra, even after losing that first stock, has heated up immensely, Lyric.
Yeah, no, Hydra has definitely, like, kind of hit the emergency gas, right? Like, now we're going into, all right, I need to play aggressive, I need to figure it out. The thing is, though, now Pyra's coming out here, and Pyra is stacking on rage by the moment, Miles, so it's getting a little bit more scary here. Still, though, finds the up special onto stage, which is going to allow for DM to reclaim stage, and just the run-up smash will be able to do it. DM going to hold on to that stock right here, as it will be Mithra, an up smash, not even Pyra, and an up tilt. To do it all, and now DM holding on by one stock, as now NJCU is down to their final player, and that will probably be Smash Bros.
Yeah, things are definitely in dire straits here in the CECC Last Chance Qualifier, which is brought to you, by the way, by Zip Chair, which is the official gaming chair for the CECC. You can head over to zipchair.com to elevate your gaming chair today. And, well, they could use a little bit of that. They could use a little bit of that because Smash Bros. Is good. Like, there's no hiding that. Smash Bros. Put
Good
on
job, Miles. You got it.
Show. Hey, I'll say it. I'm not afraid to say it. I like Smash Bros. I think Smash Bros. Is cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Smash Bros. Is a player on NJCU and is also the name of a game. And they also have some of the sickest Lucas play I've ever seen. You see some of those edge guards? I keep going back to that raw back air off stage. It was so beautiful.
It's very true. So it is up to Smash Bros. To kind of do what we alluded to a little bit earlier, take out 3 players. DM does have 1 stock. I don't think this matchup is too great for... Honestly, if I'm thinking about Lucas, Aegis, Mithra can kind of get sharked by a lot of those PK fires very easily off stage. A lot of juggles here. So we are going to be going to small battlefield, so we are going to be boxing a lot. But honestly, by the way that DM was playing on Final Destination, maybe not the worst thing in the world. We'll see how this one is going to go, though. Smash Bros. 3 stocks. Fisher College, 7. Can we see a Joda but reversed? We'll see how this one's going to go, as we could be very well potentially seeing our final player.
Yeah, that is crazy to see, but that is the polish that Fisher brings to the table every day of the week. As immediately DM is putting on the pressure, but all I need to see is one good opening from Smash Bros. And then Mithra is just another character you're comboing.
Yeah, absolutely. Still, though, finding a lot of these chops that we need. Switching on over to Pyro a little bit early here, so we're looking for a lot of these decisive moments. The grab mid-air, though, is actually going to help out, it's going to help out Smash Bros. Just a little bit, but there's the up smash DM! Sneaking on a really, really cheeky first stock here. Now Smash Bros. All you need is one. You've got to get this Mithra out of here before it takes another one.
Ooh, PK Thunder, very good edge guarding option, forces the side B, but you're in too much lag to punish it. Now Zare sets up another edge guarding situation, but DM with a slightly delayed recovery is all you need to get around it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, finds the side special here.
Okay.
Finds the back air as well. Looking for the low one. Oh, the Providence Revolt actually propping Smash Bros. Above. If DM's able to get one more stock here, you can't ask for anything else, but there we go. Down tilt into the up air, finds the flame over the side special. What a great stock from TM here. Could potentially be 3-stocking Smash Bros. Here with just one.
Oh my gosh, DM is on a roll! Is already slicing and dicing Smash Bros. On this final stock, who are still fishing for these same things, but they're outranged at every single turn. It's one landing coverage. I don't think there's any jump on the side of DM, but it doesn't matter. They're back in center stage regardless. They get that down air, but no up air for you. Instead, Smash Bros. Will hang on just a little bit longer.
Yeah, absolutely. There's the down air. Good air dodge out for the up smash, but still F tilt covers up so much. Here we go, DM trying to find a Prominence Revolt. Not going to be enough, though. Will the up air do it? It will not. One more, though, could potentially do it. The up tilt, if it was placed correctly, could have done it as well. So close. Beautiful parries, though, by DM. As now we're seeing much more of a careful neutral. Trying to find this up tilt so badly as DM. But Smash Bros. Going to be able to at least get something started. Oh, the air dodge doesn't matter. We broke up the ledge, though, Miles. It's so close.
Oh, and just the raw forward air in the scramble. DM is running a little too far in, not ready for the undershoot, and Smash Bros. Gets the perfectly spaced raw fair. And that will be one stock against the world right here. It's not looking ideal for New Jersey City University, and I'll be honest, I know Smash Bros. Just won, but we gotta talk about DM. Because we were talking about Joda making a statement, but Joda took 5 stocks in the early game. DM just took 5 stocks against the 2 anchor players that we're looking to.
Yeah,
Hydra
absolutely.
and Smash Bros. You do not do that to Hydra and Smash Bros.
It's fair. It is very fair. Wow. I
Yeah.
think DM, if I were to criticize DM just like an eensy-weensy bit, we were definitely looking for that up tilt a little bit too hard at one point. And also looking for Prominence Revolt. Some of the Prominence Revolts were like, oh, that would have been cool if it hit. But if we had just like reset neutral and gone back, it would have been a little bit different. See who exactly Fisher College is going to be sending in. It will be the Banjo, will be Joda, to not only start us off for the set, to potentially finish us as well. It's 3 Banjo stocks versus 1 Lucas. The bans are Town, Kalos, and Pokemon Stadium 2. But leaves Hollow Bastion open. It does also leave a small battlefield open. I'm interested to see if Joda is going to go on ahead and pick FD. So same thing. No landing option is comfortable for Smash Bros.
Yeah, not at all. And what you do have to remember here is that even though Smash Bros. Only has 1 stock, Smash Bros. Was also the one to take down Joda in, I don't want to say dominant fashion, but stylish fashion. Because Joda was firing back, but it was, I think, the most swingy matchup we've seen maybe all day. When this Banjo and Lucas were put into the same playpen, it was not pretty. So we'll see how this goes. 1 stock remaining for NJCU to keep their hopes alive. We'll see how it goes here on FD.
Yeah, this one's going to be a little bit difficult here. Smash Bros. Just going to go out the ceremonial way. A nice slow drop into the blast zone here. Has to drop 1 more. We'll see how this one's going to go, though. This is a nice way to kind of signify you're dropping stocks here.
As Immediate just trying to play this range game, knowing every stray hit is more damage you're going to have to make up later down the line, but 1 falling up air is all you needed. Smash Bros. Not showing a lot of respect to Joda's defenses. Immediate aggression, I love to see it.
Yeah, things are looking real good so far if you're Smash Bros, right? Looking so much more comfortable here from Joda. Whiffs a grab, though, so it's going to be a falling up air into the forward air. Good air dodge out, though, from the PK freeze. Could have been stock loss already, but look at Smash Bros. So much aggression here on that ledge.
And I love Joda constantly threatening the Wonder Wing at ledge, preventing Smash Bros. From going for long-lasting options like that down smash, knowing it won't matter.
Yeah, I agree with that point, too, but Smash Bros. has Jonah on the ledge, using the grenade to stop the PK freeze, and now, honestly, playing so far back, so, like, the zoning is very, very well spaced from Smash Bros.
Yes, it is. Bites through that egg right there, up air, but not going to take the stock quite yet. Need a stronger hit than that. Gets a little absorb on the grenade too, a factor I didn't even draw into play. It's not huge, but still, it prolongs this stock just the tiniest bit longer.
Yeah, and you definitely need as much time as possible, especially with Banjo. Wonder Wing not going to connect here, maybe a accidental B reversal, but it's just projectile versus projectile. This is, you know, the Smash Bros. That, and quite literally the game, not the player. This is kind of what Smash can turn into sometimes, just a Wild West neutral, is what I like to call it. But looking for the Wonder Wing so much, but that's just going to allow for an easy grab up throw from Smash Bros. Here. 65% though, Joda really just kind of needs to get one of these like up air like strings started, but it's so difficult when Smash Bros. Finding every parry under the sun.
Oh, and a tech chase too, that's an edge guard for you, but that is very nice projectile play from Joda. But a great cancel on the PK freeze. Smash Bros. Is always making sure to keep the Wonder Wing in the back of their mind, knowing that anywhere on stage, Joda is a massive threat.
Yeah, I agree with that point. A massive threat is a massive threat, no matter which way you're kind of looking at it. So now it's all Joda. Can we find this one stop? All we really need to do is just get one, but Smash Bros. Is so, like, holding so strong, but it will be the Wonder Wing that actually hits through the side magnet.
And the first Wonder Wing to hit all game, by the way. That's how well Smash Bros. Has been playing defensively around it, but you can't dodge the Taxman forever. It's going to be Smash Bros. At kill percent right here, and jumps into another Wonder Wing. What a way to end it. The game ends as it started, with a Wonder Wing, with a Banjo doing wacky stuff off stage, and with Fisher College moving on. 2-0 right here. 2-0s all day. They are looking like a beast, as they always have, going into this qualified spot for CECC Texas.
All right, we'll see how this one. I mean, we already saw. We saw how this one went. Like you said, Miles, Fisher College, the Titan of collegiate Smash, as I like to say. Really good stuff. I think my two favorite players, from this crew battle, though, were Joda and Vidad. Vidad coming out of the gate game 2, absolutely just wreaking havoc. But Joda, of course, doing justice to all the Banjo mains out there, showing that this character does have a little bit of sauce.
Yes, he does. Very good demonstration of that. A lot of good players overall. I gotta look towards Vidad too. Unfortunately, Vidad is just dictates the pace of so many matches with the explosive play style that he brings to the table. Any player, any character who can, I think you called them like stock hunters, but like I look for that stray hit kill power is I think what Last calls it. It's just like any single time you get touched by the most accidental of hits, a random nair, the random forward air, it could just be your stock. And that is what they bring to the table. It's what gives them their clutch potential. And yeah, that's the game. There's a lot. There's a lot to say about this. We are looking for an interview, by the way, with a representative from Fisher. But even if we don't get it, you got to remember there is still another finals coming up after this. There's another LCQ finals right after this. Bracket 2 with a Beautiful Crow and Soy will be coming up soon. But for now, we're going to go to a quick break for an interview with Blue, one of the game managers for Fisher College, when we get back after this quick break.
Welcome to the LCQ Finals at CECC. And there it is! Both places online and dip will take it home. What a game.
Take a victory lap, take a bow, and take the headsets off and start to yell.
Racers, are we ready?
Yes.
Are we ready for the Zip Chair Gaming Esports U 2023 Arlington Zip Chair commemorative race? I don't know why it's commemorative. It is now. They're going to race all the way down and all the way back. The first winner is the CECC May Madness Texas 2023 Zip Chair Racing Champion. In 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, Smooth cheated! Smooth cheated! That's a false start from Smooth, but he's actually still barely in the lead. Things looking a little bit rough, but it looks like Guac catches in. Tony swings in. Angela's so excited she threw her phone straight onto the ground. Smooth hurtling back. Earl's camera is probably going to get hit. Hold on. I'm here to play defense if we need it. Okay, we're good. Smooth catches it. Yeah, that's an immediate disqualification. That's a DQ. The fans are furious. You hate to see it. Everybody's angry.
It's making history at CECC. And there it is! Both platforms online and Dip will take it home. What a game.
Take a victory lap, take a bow, and take the headsets off and start to yell.
Welcome to the LCQ Finals.
Welcome back, everybody, to the CECC LCQ. We're here with Blue from Fisher College after their 2-0 win, after a round of 2-0 wins. Bracket. Blue, how you doing after yet another win?
I am so tired, man. All these long nights.
Yeah.
Oh, and I got to do homework after this. People don't think we do homework. We do a lot of homework here.
Yeah. I recall. I recall the Twitter thread. But
Oh man, I love seeing those.
Anyways, you got two teams now. You got two teams in CECC Texas, and looking forward, are there any teams that you're excited to get your hands on again?
Honestly, I love Akron. I want to play them again. I hope they make it today.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember if Northwood made it, but they're also like good people. I love them. And
Yeah.
I mean Winthrop, they have my boy Anarchy, so I want to see him again.
Oh yeah, Winthrop's cool.
And I love him.
Yeah.
How do you-
They're prepared for you. They've been talking about it. They're like, we're gonna beat Fisher this year, so you got to be
Dude,
ready.
I hope so. It would make everything so much more exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So I guess when it comes to having such a superstar roster, how do you guys always kind of, prepare for these things when people are always assuming that you're winning them?
Honestly, it's a lot harder than people think. Trying to find people to even play on these days is like the hardest part. We're very easygoing compared to other schools where like everyone would have to be there every single night. Honestly, it was hard enough finding 6 people tonight or for these last 2 days as is. Just seeing how everyone's so busy. Final season was coming up for a lot of them. Yeah, that was the hardest part. Just making sure people were here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, finding that balance is definitely hard, especially as a lot of your players are active tournament goers as well. How do they balance that with schoolwork and with the college stuff?
Oh, I'm at their mercy most of the time. I do all the scheduling, all of that stuff, and every single time I think, I got reliable people coming in. Then like a major comes up, and Battle BC was happening this weekend. We didn't have Nexus. Nexus was going to be here, but stuff like that happens every single week. You just gotta watch out for that.
Yeah.
Fair. What are you guys most excited for? I guess like coming up, like going to LAN. Like you said that you were excited for certain teams, but are you guys excited for anything as a team together? Like spending more time together outside of doing school and all that stuff.
Oh, absolutely. We are bringing as many people as we can because we're all over the place. So I want to see all my boys again. It's gonna be my last one, so I need to see everybody before I leave.
Well, it's gonna be a good time. It'll be good to see you there, but for now, congrats again on the win, and looking forward to what comes next, Blue. It was nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you too. Thanks for having me.
And with that, Lyric, I think we're wrapping up here. But as I said, there is the Bracket 2 finals coming on right up after this. I know Akron is already confirmed into it, so maybe Blue will get his chance to fight them again. But we don't know who that second team is going to be, but you know who is going to know? Soy and Beautiful Crow, who will be taking over on the mic for us. So come on back, come ready, get some snacks, get some popcorn, because it's gonna be a good finals. But for now, I've been Keel Miles, and this has been Lyric. Hope you all enjoy the next game.
Welcome to the LCQ Finals.
Welcome back, everybody. It's been a long night, but it's only going to get longer. We still got one more series to get through for you guys that have been joining us here on the CECC Super Smash Bros. Ultimate LCQs here. One more series to be played. One more team to send off to the major, to the LAN. I'm Beautiful Crow. I got my boy Soy with me. It's the Beard Hour. Let's get it going.
And this is just an exciting one, right? These teams have been battling hard to get to this point. They've been battling today, just finishing up some of their own crew battles. So this one should be an exciting one. Akron taking on North Texas for a chance at the CECC LAN. So this is going to be such an exciting matchup, right? Teams fresh off of victories get to play in one more best-of-3 crew battle to decide who gets to book their tickets.
Absolutely, and honestly, both teams have been fighting pretty hard to get here. Majority for Akron has been just, 2-0s throughout the day, but UNT, they had a little bit of a scrap going up against UTA Orange in the previous round. They got out just barely. It was the 2-1, managing to pull it all the way back. But I think they're feeling good after that win. I would be feeling pretty good too, considering, UTA, regardless of whichever team that they have, is pretty heavy hitters. But Akron, oh man, the rhythm got to be on their side for this one. Looking to go, completely undefeated, not dropping a single set here throughout the LCQ, and they are pretty poised to do such a thing.
Yeah, and they had a first round bye, but that semifinal against Sac State, that Sac State team is not an easy matchup by any means. That is a tested veteran squad that they were able to 2-0. So that is a very bodes well for the Akron squad here entering this finals. But like you said, North Texas in a longer series against that UTA squad, a squad that has a lot of depth, and that was their kind of JV roster they were going against. But they practice against the A team, so they are no slouches themselves. And so these are two teams that are very well practiced, and they have now those signature victories under their belt in this bracket.
Absolutely, and we do have the nice lower third. Shout out Leighton with the UNT Greens roster going into this. It is a 4v4, but you can still rotate out in between games if you need to. But yeah, we got Nova. Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped Icelsis. I'm so sorry, my boy. Don't hurt me. But yeah, Icelsis, Nova, E01, Instinct, and Skinny the Pooh going to be rounding out things for NT Green, and honestly, they are poised. I'm excited to see Nova hop on. Very fun player to watch, and as well as Instinct getting into things should they do so. But yeah, they're looking real good. One more just to push them forward, as we are going to pull up Akron Smash's roster as well. Like you said, against Sac State, I know they were, I believe they were streaming it, and it was just like, all right, guys, like, Let's get this over with. We're pushing through. Come on. Let's wrap it up. It's been a long night, but yeah, this is Akron's SSBU roster with Fortune, Styonix. Oh my god, I don't know how to say his name. I feel so bad.
I believe that's Leah Realms.
Leah Realms.
Yeah,
okay.
the R is usually. Or Leia Realms is what we're now hearing. So Sayan, I believe, and Raj,
yes,
and
Raj, yes.
The two players I want to focus on for this series in particular, Sayan and Nova. They have had some pop-off performances. Sayan on the Mario, they are a dangerous player for the side of Akron. They have had some really big performances to help Akron get to this point. And Nova on the Hero, in that very tense match against UTA that just went down, they were the anchor. They were the final member, and it really came down to last hit, last stock. So there's probably some adrenaline pumping in their veins right now from that close victory.
Yeah, and I do believe Nova is going to be starting for UNT, if I had that correctly. And I mean, look, he's still hot. He's still hot from the set. He said it himself, last stock, last hit. Might as well keep that going, putting it all the way through. But yeah, I'm excited to see Saiyan play, especially. I love that Mario play. Extremely well-rounded individual. And this does beg the question, like, starting four, from both squads, who do we already have, of course, Saiyan and Nova, but who are the others that we would like to see starting off here in game number one?
Well, it's interesting because Akron, I mean, they're a pretty well-rounded squad. When you've got, 5 names on your roster who all feel like they can, pick up the controller at any moment and have that kind of pop-off performance. It feels like it's more a question of the matchups. Akron are pretty good historically at picking those counter picks in terms of these crew battles. Just even if they fall behind, it's only by a stock or two, and they say, all right, well, let's play the rock paper scissors game in terms of that brawler projectile sortie type of matchup. So we'll have to see how it pans out here. I do think the first match means a lot for both of these teams, right? Because trying to come back in this format is rather difficult, and both teams, they've had that pop-off performance before, especially Saiyan. I've seen Saiyan on the Mario just quickly deal 3 stocks away because of things like the ladder combo that Mario has in their kit. So that explosiveness is something to watch, and neither team at this point is willing to give up an inch, but you can tell that both teams are still searching for those opportunities to end stocks very quickly.
For sure, and it's, we always make that joke, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Well, you're at the end of that marathon now. You have to dig down deep. Yes, we had some, intense games last round, but you have to be able to push it further just a little bit more for just a few more moments, both potentially looking for that quick 2-0, 3-0. I think it's it is a best of 3. Yeah, it's a best of 3. So yeah, to get that quick 2-0, not have to worry about forcing a game number 3. Oh man, I do not envy these players. I mean, just running through a bracket by yourself is one thing, but running through a whole bracket as a squad, as a team, that requires so much stamina, so much mental to be able to do. And this is the final hurdle, like we had said. But yeah, starting off hot, big key here. I love to play the game. How many times you're going to see PS2 tonight? It's the default.
It's also something to note, right? In these kind of long over the course of a day, you're in and out of the action, right? You're tuning in to support your teammates, but you're also waiting, watching the game get played. And so all of a sudden there's that kind of odd pause of how warm are the hands. We know UNT are fresh off a victory, but can Akron stall them out here? Winner goes on to the CECC final here in the last chance qualifier, and we are underway. Nova versus Saiyan right now. Nova applying the pressure.
Yeah, big pressure does Nova. I told you, started up, and after ending that last series hot, wants to start off hotter, and has been putting the boots to Saiyan right now, already sitting at 88%. Nice run up grab as well. Has full control here.
Full control, and the fact that they've got bounce online means that they can use the fireball. No way! Thwack gonna catch at the ledge, and that's how this grand final starts.
Oh my goodness, Nitrous on full display. Nova living up to the namesake, absolutely burning through Saiyan, taking that first stock in style here. Akron better recover quick. Saiyan might have been a little bamboozled, a little blindsided. Has to regroup here. Is another Thwack primed and ready to go. No way he's going to get 2 off. Surely he doesn't get that right.
Up B, doing a good job of interrupting. But now maybe a chance to combo the other way. Wants the forward air, but short hopped it. Didn't fully commit to that one. Might have been able to get away with it that time, but instead it's Nova continuing to chip away at this stock. 43% already dealt to Saiyan's second stock here. But Nova doing a really good job of managing the spells and getting decent damage on, despite being at low MP for so long. They've been hovering around 10 for what feels like the past 15 seconds or so.
Yeah, just, dealing with raw fundamentals on the hero, just being able to, run off with normals and tilts and doing a very good job. I don't think they, have any MP charge at all left. Is sitting at 19, just barely, and just the short increments, the spacing has been so good from Nova, allowing him to stay alive. Currently at 90% to 113 on Saiyan's second. If he could get 2 down without losing his first, oh no, don't do it. Oh, wow, actually a little bit of a miss buffer for the Flame Slash. Knew what he was trying to go for there, but not going to be the case, and it should allow Saiyan to, get some damage back returned, sitting both at the high 100s, though. One interaction could seal it.
We're also seeing some of the stress come in on this stage too, right? Yep. Saiyan has missed a couple of these forward airs. There's a turnaround up smash, though, that will get Saiyan on the board. 157-0, though, on the second stock means they've got to be careful here. A lot of kind of stray hits from Hero will kill, so Saiyan's got to be careful. They also missed one of those turnaround down Bs on that flood, but look at this, the combo game, the ladder, the up B, off the top they go with the rage too, and all of a sudden what seemed like a desperate situation put Saiyan in the lead.
He said, all right, like, simmer down real quick, little Nova. I'm going to get that temperature down real quick, but managing to tie it up here does Nova. Nice little maneuver there. But now, you could argue so that should not have happened from Nova, right? Should have been able to regain composure off of that second stock in return, but that ladder combo, that Mario bread and butter, that little demon in his pocket is coming out to rear his head, plus with the rage allowed him to get even more off of it, putting them both in a final stock situation here. This is just the first players out the gate for both teams.
That's what we were saying earlier, right? It's one mistake, one opportunity, and one small catch that really makes the difference in these types of matchups. As the fireball actually eat the kaboom there? But, oh no, wait, hold on. This is a falling up air, but won't be able to cleanly follow up off the back of it. Still, it ties up the percent count here.
He got
and
him.
Another great catch.
So
So this time he goes for the forwarder and he doesn't land the spike. Nova's able to make it back, but Saiyan now pressuring the shield constantly with aerials.
Yep, and now Nova needs to create some distance, needs to regain a game plan. Accelerate is there. Fireball not going to land though, but Saiyan is good for it. He's chasing him down. You can see how hard he's trying to zip and zoom around, get away from Saiyan and regain an advantageous position. But Saiyan is not going to have any of it, so he wants to end this. Even if he is on his final stock, he's going to catch him up in the air and send him into the stratosphere. Saiyan bringing it back and taking out the first player from UNT Green here, starting off this finals real hot.
Very, very close matchup, and the real difference maker there was that ladder combo, completely turning that second stock around, giving them the advantage, and forcing it to be last hit, last stock, really, because although the second stock gets answered, it's the fact that that second stock was gone from Nova so fast in that situation. So all of a sudden, Saiyan turning things around, giving his team the advantage there, shows great adaptivity and shows why Akron are such a dangerous team.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we almost counted him out. Egg on our face. My mistake. Oh, my God. But yeah, that ladder combo plus rage, which is so just right place, right time, as we are getting the next player for UNT Green. It will be E01, okay, on the Byleth. Yes, absolutely. He just gotta come in real quick. Just do one, boom, boom, bang, take out that stock, get moving on. You know, keep it even, Stevens, between North Texas Green and Akron. So, and we know E01. I mean, solid player for sure. Has the ability to do so. Saiyan, however, can clutch up. Has a history. We know we've seen it before. On one stock, has to do as much damage as possible before falling. It's only the first man down in the the huge gauntlet that it is, but still, such an important job getting that done.
Yeah, very close game in game number 1 here, and it's up to E01 to make sure that this lead doesn't extend any farther. Tie things back up, get this game back within reach. It's still very close, but if Saiyan takes one more, all of a sudden that momentum is starting to slip out of UNT Green's hands. So we'll see what the game plan is here. Byleth certainly not lacking in kill power, but a taller body for Mario to potentially combo, and we've seen them steal away those stocks with those falling up airs, so gotta play careful here around the platforms here, but I do love the stage selection, forcing more interactions, and maybe E01 can use that range to just cover more space here against the boxer, but these up airs, very dangerous. Oh, they are able to snap to the ledge despite the flood.
Yes, very nice snap. Love that little interaction still. E01, or Eric, as his loved ones call him. What to do right by the team is, oh, wow! Snapping away, saying that forward air going to connect to the spike. Luckily, we'll be able to bounce off, and the tip of the spear is not going to do it. Okay, yeah. All right, managing to take out the stock without losing the first. The hurdle has been cleared. UNT Green on the board, tying it up.
Yep, and it's just a simple back air, right? Just great timing, perfect timing on that neutral getup. Pretty safe option, feels like, from Saiyan, right? But they call Byleth a distance demon for a reason. So the back air sweet spot catches, and maybe even Saiyan DIing the wrong way. But either way, sweet spot with that bit of rage tacked on there. Gonna make life difficult either way. Looks like we're getting that second player locked in as well. Fortune on the Me Sword Fighter. One of the other names that I think gets kind of overshadowed on this roster. Fortune has been here, I think, for a decent amount of time on Akron and is normally kind of in the middle of the lineup and doesn't necessarily have those big pop-off performances that we see from players like Saiyan, but they do the dirty work of going up against a lot of the number 1s and 2s of other teams' lineups. So a character that we don't frequently see, but certainly a potent one.
Yeah, I mean, kind of rare in my area to see somebody hop out on a Mii Sword Fighter, so wouldn't be the best analysis on my side of things, but I have seen Fortune on the roster, looking through other tournaments and through other brackets for sure. Heard good things, so hoping to see how, I mean, look, clearly they're doing well to get up to the finals in LCQ, right? So yeah, sending them as the second man to go up against E01 here. This should be interesting. I'm very curious to see how we are getting this, how they will get it done, as we are getting into it right now. Loading up 3 stocks apiece, so it is all even Stevens from here on out. Back to the wonderful Pokemon Stadium. Let's see how things go.
I actually like the pick here on Fortune too, because you think about the way this match kind of paces out. Mii Sword Fighter, right, they're more of a projectile character, and Byleth is just slow enough that they don't really have a great answer to all those projectiles. And it means that Fortune can just kind of play that campier style, just force them away, poke away at this stock, and force E01 to find creative ways in. And even if they do get in, right, Byleth doesn't have too many multi-hit combos. It's more like 2 and done. So you have to really be careful with your decision making if you're E01.
For sure. I mean, the Chakraman Tornado control is going to be really good by Fortune to keep E01 out, like you have seen so far. A lot of their damage has been coming from those few little stray hits, but whenever E01 can get in, whenever Eric can get the jump in, those neutral airs, spin to win, do some bunch of damage. Went for a little bit of an offstage gambit. I don't know how wise that was, but wait, the Chakraman actually stopping the momentum there. I really like that.
That was huge too, right? That could have been a combo leading into an edgeguard situation, but instead they get out of it for the moment. Tied in percents here. Now this is where things do get tricky though. When things get into the red here, you typically lean on Byleth to find these stray hit kills, but because they don't have advantage of the neutral with those projectiles constantly poking away,
so slippery.
It feels like Fortune can just kind of play this game, play around the platforms. Like you said, look at the movement right now from Fortune, covering so much. They find many multi-hits to rack up some damage here, but the up tilt will knock them away here. Up B to go in, get even more damage, forces a low recovery on that tether, but a good back air will knock Fortune away.
Yeah, that's the one thing you have to watch out, the tipper moves from Byleth. That distance, the distance demon, you know them so well. And Eric does have to be careful with that. I mean, just one well-placed one can spell doom and take off a stock, but wow, they're both so high currently, sitting at this 100 plus. And looking for an answer is okay. Fortune will actually draw first stock here, taking it down. Look to be quickly returned. E01 taking their time, but wow, Fortune sniping that out.
Fortune able to get back to stage 2. That back air, really for both sides here, is going to be how you're typically going to find kills, right? We already saw E01 clean up that first player with that back air, and here they're able to find a stock with it. Fortune also able to answer with their own stock via the back air, and those aerials, that aerial presence, going to be key here if you can call out jumps, and it's something that neither player can really do very easily because, again, of the projectile game, constantly holding shield, and the range that Byleth has is very good, but it's also a precise move. You want that strong hitbox if you're going for forward airs and back airs as Byleth.
Absolutely. Okay. Let's see what the answer is. E01's been feeling the pressure, not being able to get that concrete Byleth game plan, right? Not being able to solidify these hits and these strings together. Fortune sticking to theirs, though, chipping them out with the ring, with the tornado, getting a few aerials in. It's been working very well, and it's forcing Eric to kind of maneuver a good bit different, right? Having to answer all of those projectiles, rather. It's stifling his offense, even though like the percentages do seem pretty even. It's so interesting how much more effort that E01 has to put in to get one down.
Absolutely. I mean, E01, watch him in neutral again. He has to literally clank with so many projectiles just to gain some ground, but the up B to the ledge is just short and won't be able to get Fortune back. So all of a sudden, E01 now in the lead here, and Fortune, they're going to have to make good use of these projectiles, because you can poke away for as long as you want, but you do need to land a strong hit in order to take the stock, and that's where you really run into some problems, because Byleth has the distance advantage.
Absolutely, and Erickson now 116, still able to make some damage. Work is, oh, what a drop by Fortune. Unfortunately, not going to be able to finish that off on their last stock.
Dropping down low. Chakram connects here, but should still be able to re-grab. Gotta be careful here in the corner. Fortune giving up a little bit too much ground. They're still continuing to chip away. They get a grab, but no real kill throw option from that part of the stage either, so they'll just opt to reset the situation, maybe reset the edge guard, but their multi-hits lead to the up tilt, but it's still not enough. Byleth surprisingly heavy here, 168, and still able to survive.
I always say Byleth's heavy because they pack in all those weapons, weighing him down. But Eric making it work, gets caught in the grab, 181. Still not able to be put through the blast zone. Fortune wants to close this out, but no way. Is that another? Oh, I was say the tip of the spear, not quite connecting that time, but hey, chain gang grab. E01 cleaning it up, staying alive with 2 stocks.
You know, it's real easy to forget sometimes that Byleth has that up B, and just decides, yeah, you're going down for this. You think you can edge guard Byleth? Yeah, that was your mistake. And even there, Fortune getting creative with it, right? Holding their jump for so long. We even questioned, like, can he make it back? He already, that up B to the ledge didn't work out before. There's not a whole ton of distance. He holds that jump for so long, and E01 just goes down there with him and says, all right, well, you either snap to the ledge or I kill you for this. One of the two is going to happen, and I benefit more times than not, and he's able to get the spike off the back of it. But I really think the turning point of that match was the fact that Fortune misses the ledge on that upbeat.
Yes, absolutely. That was so close, but a little too far disjointed to the right. Not going to allow Fortune to get back there. Because Fortune, I was praising Fortune for the, projectile game, for the offense they were putting out, forcing E01 into these weird situations in order to try and make it happen. But UNT Green, they persevere, they prevail going into this next game here. Leia Realms out on the Wii Fit Trainer.
Yeah, Leia Realms on the Wii Fit Trainer here, trying to clean up the final stock of E01 and get us back to a tied game. Or final 2 stocks, I should say, to try and get this back to a tie game. But it's not going to be easy, right? So still a similar problem for E01 in the constant barrage of projectiles. But this time, Leia Realms is not going to be shy to scrap, to go in for some damage, because Wii Fit still has some quick options, especially out of shield.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say the up close and personal game by Leia Realms will be on a bit higher, wavelength than Fortune had on the New Sword Fighter, and E01 has to remember that, has to be able to adjust and adapt and contest with that. As right now it is all Leia Realms in control here on this first early goings, but great counter hits in by E01, returning a nice amount of damage.
Very solid, 81% already onto Leia Realms, but Deep Breathing online here means that they get another strong hit potentially, but a trade will knock them away instead. Now they'll have to hold shield on the platform. Late forward air there to knock E01 away.
No way!
The neutral B will connect on the ledge, so down goes E01's second stock there. The timing from Leia Realms was perfect.
That was so clean, literally just waiting for them for that get up, and it was just a clean execution, sending them straight away. E01 down to their final stock here. Wants to potentially take this first one from Leia Realms before they fall. Right now, Leia Realms is serving them up real nice. Oh my goodness, hit the pose on him. Staying alive, all 3 stocks. Leia Realms cleans it up. E01 maybe a little bit gassed, a little bit too tired, unable to make it happen here. And look, you said Akron's going to need to do a little work to get it all tied up. And here we are.
Yeah, when you're trailing by 2 stocks, it feels like, okay, this is, this could be rough, potentially, but the fact that you bring it back so cleanly, too, it just shockingly fast. You find not only the neutral B kill, which was, again, just perfect timing on that stock, the late forward air to knock them off stage, and then to call out the neutral get up with that projectile was very well executed. But then again, catching the kind of lackadaisical defense or recovery of E01 in those moments. You only catch that neutral B just by throwing it out there and E01 saying, yeah, it'll probably pass by this point. And even at the end there, the forward tilt catching at the ledge, no option thrown out by E01 in that moment. No aerials, no air dodge, nothing. Just faded away thinking they were safe. And the reach, the fingertips of Wii Fit able to catch there and take that stock off the board. And all of a sudden, we're back to a tie game.
Yeah, man. I guess I got to get back to those morning yoga classes because clearly Leia Realms got it on deck. Like, that's... Oh, man, and I really do think it was a little bit of fatigue on E01 side as well, because you could tell they were just playing, like you said, a little too defensive. Looked like they're trying to figure out the game plan on what was happening and just couldn't adapt quick enough, because there were some moments of that early going. So I'm like, okay, yeah, they could probably take one stock before they fall, for sure. Unfortunately, not going to be the case. So they are sitting in Skinny the Pooh on the Mario here. Oh, this is going to be a pretty spicy one. I like it. I like it. We said we're in for a fun finals matchup, and so far it's not disappointed.
So this matchup feels very different from the past couple, right? Where projectiles have dominated the neutral. Skinny the Pooh might be able to use the neutral B a couple of times, but Leia Realms is going to spend a lot of time in the corner charging up their projectiles, things like the neutral B, the soccer ball, but it is mostly going to be fast-paced, in-your-face, lots of tilts, lots of quick jabs thrown out, a lot of punch for punch. I expect this to be a faster-paced matchup for sure, especially with the way that these two like to play.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for them to get into the action. Just straight hands, close quarters combat. It's going to be like a matter of like, hey, how quickly can Skinny get that ladder combo off going? And it's like, hey, how quickly can Leia charge up and, set up point and just hammer away with the soccer balls, or the volleyballs. Are they soccer balls? Are they volleyballs? I'm actually not even so sure.
I thought it was like a training ball of some sort. It looks like a soccer ball.
It looks like a soccer ball.
But it doesn't bounce like one,
bounce,
so...
Right.
It is, we are getting word it is a volleyball.
Yeah, from the Wii Fit trainer main, Professor Layton himself. All right.
Immediate forward air, and they're getting the combo off the back of it.
No!
Spike is at the end.
No!
Oh my goodness, they dip down, and they're still going to be able to survive, but they get both nearly 3 for 3. They are out for blood. Forwards galore here at the ledge.
Oh my god! Literally from the start, they're still vying for that ledge control, and they will not go quietly into the good night. Leia Realm still staying alive. Has to create some distance though. Sets him up, goes for the turf, stops again on the edge. Oh my god! Connects with one, goes for the second, does not hit on the tail end, goes a little bit over. It's only like, what, 15 seconds in and they're both already at plus 100? That's insane.
Yeah, when we were talking about a fast-paced matchup, I even wasn't expecting that fast. My goodness, they are absolutely shark circling right now on this ledge. 126 to 122. They're both able to make it back here. Throwing out these up smashes will get you forward tilted, though. Leia Realms able to have some composure there and take that first stock, but can they hold on here? 135, and Wii Fit can survive for a surprising amount of time here, but maybe force low.
Absolutely gets caught in the air. Skinny the Pooh trying to finish off this stock. 133. Wii Fit a little bit bulkier than one might expect, but still flies very far. All right, he'll look to save. Looks for that neutral jump. Oh, 2 upbeats. But wait, no! Skinny does not capitalize on it. Free falling in the air and everything. Still not going to be able to take him out. Staying alive. Leia doing a really good job right now. Dodging out, but will be caught. The Mario Tornado in midair. Takes him down finally. Skinny has eaten a lot of damage already during his second stock. Absolute barn burner of a third matchup here. Not disappointing at all.
We're already seeing so many mix-ups at the ledge, too. So many different movement options. Even Skinny the Pooh, who was going for so many spikes early on, you saw in the resets, just mostly was going for dash attack to try and connect. Now it's projectiles back and forth here as Leia Realms is trying to get back to stage. Down tilt underneath, not a move you frequently see, but now the string of up airs, they go for the downer this time around, and somehow they catch the multi-hit knockout. Do they follow up? No. Volleyball will knock them away for the moment. Down tilts won't connect either from Skinny the Pooh. They find a forward tilt. Fire boom.
the
Went for
shield.
the forward smash, but the shield comes out just in the nick of time.
Oh, get a little bit of healing. Gets connected with the up B, though, so flying up to the stratosphere. Holding no corner, and he's chasing the prediction. Skinny the Pooh rocking and rolling. Put Leirums at their last right now. How long can he survive? But it's immediately answered in return. Oh my god. Soy, they are hooping today.
There is no backing down in this grand final. Punch for punch right now, but a good combo interrupted by the neutral air. And now Skinny the Pooh might have their opportunity. It is a slight edge for Leirums. They've been able to take the first stock most frequently here. And now things start to get dangerous, though. Mario with a ton of rage can potentially take stocks easily, but oh my goodness, the up smash just almost outright killed. Forward air gets caught now. Up airs galore here by the ledge once more. Will recover low. Maybe an opportunity to find something more. The back airs are starting to really put in work now for Skinny the Pooh. Another low recovery forced by Leirums, and now another grab. They find the backer off the back of it. They've been very good at using the down air to catch out these kills, but the multi-hit might betray them. Neutral air doesn't catch. Up air or up smash will not kill.
Oh my goodness, they're playing their gambit again. We saw it on the left side of the stage, and we're seeing it on the right, but it's for the final stocks for both players here. 122 to 117, up smash is gonna connect outer shield. Pack him up and send him out of here. Skinny the Pooh barely surviving and moving on. Man, so they are not playing around. Grand finals. This is only the first set. Unbelievable.
It is back and forth between these two, and Skinny the Pooh, they're pulling a page out of the Game & Watch book, right? If it doesn't work, throw it out again. They're gonna come in. They want the hits. They're a brawler. They have to commit. They have to come in. Yeah. And the smash attacks are just so massive, so strong that they're able to connect there. And I think it's one of those things too, right, where like the back hit of the up smash is stronger for one reason or another. Either way, it's one of those situations where just the defense makes the difference here. Leirums spent so long off stage and found a decent amount of damage, but at some point, you got to win the scramble situations, and they hadn't. Skinny the Pooh was just stronger in those moments.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was, like you said, there was a hard moment where sorry, my air freshener's on automatic, and I forgot to say. It was a hard moment where, you know, they were looking for an answer, but just couldn't, you know, cycling through from volleyball to Sunshine to, like, you know, looking for something, trying to hit up B as well. It just was not happening, and that did eventually do the downfall. Is now we have Cytonics on the Kin Masters, rich boy who's not even blonde, by the way, dyes his hair all the time.
That the FYI, you know?
That's my favorite piece of Street Fighter lore.
I would have never known. Well, we'll see what Cytonics can do here, but it is right now Skinny the Pooh who is racking up the damage right now. The aerial's doing so much work. But maybe an opportunity the other way here. Ken with Rage, arguably scarier. There's so many different kill options, but still, it's a different type of neutral that you have to play. That up B, again, almost catching some of these jumps too. I love the usage of it to catch some of those aerials in.
A big Shorty fan, I see. Very much so. Going for the light one to try and fire it out there. Ah, yeah, the low kicks. The low light's very, very nice to get there. I mean, arguably Skinny has done a lot better than I thought he was going to starting out here, because I thought Cytonics was just going to be, you know, immediately rushed down on him, but not quite the case. Did eat a lot of damage, but hey, I mean, only needed one stock, so he was probably just, you know, an extended button check, so to speak, for Cytonics.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it gets back to an even game, and it's an odd matchup too, right? Again, back and forth between these two, but the Ken is just a character that I think at least in the collegiate level, we don't typically see a lot of the Street Fighter characters. Yeah. We'll see some Terry, we'll see, you know, a couple other, we'll see like Terry and Kazuya, but the Ken and Ryu don't get as much love here in the collegiate scene. So to see someone piloting them very proficiently is exciting to watch, and it's another curveball in Akron's lineup.
For sure, and someone who both plays against a lot of people in the region. with that do usually go towards the fighters or the Shotos, it's very interesting to see how we'll be able to adapt, because playing them online is not the most fun. I'm not gonna front. But yeah, good job on Cytonics for doing so. Going up against right now, the final player for North Texas Green, the hero, everybody's hero, aside from Novas, of course. They can argue back and forth who's better. That's up to them. But I'm excited to see how they can do it. Coming in the 3 stocks, so it is an even playing field off the jump here. This is for the first game. This is still only the first game. They have to be able to do it in a regular match, so to speak, a little regular best of 1.
3 stocks apiece, and the winner takes the first set in this best of 3. So a big one to take that early advantage. Cytonics versus Wright. Curious to see the differences between the hero players, right? Because Wright didn't get to see too much action in the previous sets here. It's been a lot more of Nova, but Wright was one of the players that I think has anchored for this team in the past, so we'll see how they do. They are, so far, not shy of using the spells pretty frequently, down to 30 MP already, and have that fully charged neutral be in hand, and that could make the difference here, but still, Cytonics finding the opening, and nearly that catch, that up B doing so much work, but the turnaround there was so clean.
Oh, it comes out so fast and works very, very well. Let's see how fast White can turn this around and, bring it back to a 2-2. But Cytonics, man, that was just great optimal kin gameplay. Nice shot you to connect and travel farther upwards as well. Focus attack, put him down to the ground. Yep, knock 1-2. Another shot you can in a combo. Get off a lot of damage off of that. Not the most optimal combo to try and finish off a stock, but it does a lot of damage and puts White on the back foot a decent amount. Now, White has to search for some more answers to finish off this first stock. Already at 99 on his second.
Doing so much work here for Cytonics, and Forge will knock them away. 114 onto White right now, and this is where things get scary. While you do have that advantage of range, you'll use it there on that side B. Just covering space, though, was really the game plan there, and it happens to be enough to take that stock off the board. This is where you got to be very careful right now if you're White. If you're trying to bring this back, this is the opportunity to do so with a little bit of rage, with a decent amount of meter, but it's all gone now, and it nearly dies from center stage. Look at the low edge guard attempt there. You don't see them go for that too often, but look at the pressure Cytonics is applying.
Yo, Cytonics is so good off of that, running over the heavy chop to do as much damage as possible off stage, and White just barely missing the edge there on their last stock here. Cytonics still with 2, so has another advantage. No, the jumping kick in. Gonna just do some light work there, but kinda feels like it's in the head of White currently with how they're playing, right? Not going to rush in, dipping out, taking their spots wisely here in this final. They want to make it decisive and clean.
Be very careful here if you're White. 55%, don't want to take too much more. Forward air hits, but oh wow, thankfully the down B came out, so the armor comes in clutch, saves Cytonics' stock. And now look at this, the follow up into the up B. They don't die out of the corner quite yet, but now they're off stage and at 88 in the red here against Ken. So many good kill options. Get up attack will knock them away though, but just up B outright will do the trick, and Cytonics will close out series number 1.
He definitely did the input command for that. That was a quarterback forward motion if I've seen one. There's no way that thing just comes out so fast, and that's one of the liberties you're able to do with Ken and Ryu in that fashion. But yeah, White just was not able to get momentum going enough to stop the train that was Cytonics right there. That was insane. Like, it felt like Cytonics was in control of the match from the moment they got off the platform, and you clearly saw it there. White wasn't just not able to get any hard, meaningful offense in. Even in that one stock that he took, it took so much effort for him to take a stock off of Cytonics, and that will be University of Akron getting game number 1 here in this best of 3 bracket 2 finals. Just, man.
Yeah, back and forth, and they take the first set, but it was very close for a time. And now you've seen both lineups. You've seen what the other team has in their hand. The cards are out on the table. Set number 1 goes in favor of Akron. We'll see what changes come for set number 2 here. But, Akron taking the early advantage, I think, is big for them. Now they've got that confidence installed. They've seen what UNT Green has in their pockets, and now we get to see the adaptations come through. I think Cytonics is the player to kind of watch here just because of how different of a game it feels like they have to play. Also, one of the big things for UNT Green was E01 felt like they were a very proficient player, but it also felt like they were put in the most taxing situation, right? Back-to-back matchups against heavy projectile characters. If they can potentially free them up for a bit more of a scrap, a bit more of a brawler fest, that could be interesting to watch. But it's a hard matchup to try and get into, especially with the opening picks being blind.
Absolutely. And I mean, that's the thing about this kind of battle with these crew battles, right? You're not locked into order. You can change the order, like we can shuffle things around, shuffle the cards as it may, as you need to, for both squads. And that will be the key going into this next game. Like UA, they want to make this a 2-0 for sure. North Texas Green, however, they want to fight back, and they have the ability to do so. It did take down to the last player for both squads for Akron to be able to take the series, or take the game rather. So like, theoretically, it's like, in theory, this should be the same going in for North Texas Green leading into the next game. It's just a matter of, all right, I trust my bros. We know how this goes. We know what we need to do. Now we just need to, dig in the heels and do it, because this is the spot for the finals, for the LAN. This is y'all want to get there, right? Safely as possible, securely as possible. And y'all been fighting all day for this moment. You just need a little bit more to push it over the edge.
This is the last chance qualifier. It's the last chance for both of these teams to sneak in, and it is a difficult road that they have battled all day to get to this point. And we'll see if who can grab that ticket here. Akron, they're one step closer, one series away now. So looking at the lineups one more time, Saiyan on the Mario, Fortune on the Mii Sword Fighter, Leo Realms on the Wii Fit, and Cytonics on the Ken. Who do you think you lead with here now that you have the opener? Or I guess we should flip this. UNT, they're the team that's down a set. Yeah. Who do you want to send in first? What do you think the lineups or the mind games are happening here in terms of that lineup change?
That is an interesting question, because Nova started off very hot. I will say, Nova was playing some Smash Brothers Ultimate from the start. I mean, you could do the same as there, but I feel like sending in E01 would be pretty dope as a starter. To get things rolling, just because, like we said, kind of scuffed matchups back to back. Didn't have the most fun time. Although he was fighting. Him and Leia Realms were fighting. That was great to see. But E01 just didn't really get a good luck on the draw. So I definitely think sending them in first could be really good to do as well. As before we go to the next game though, quick little shout out. CECC Last Edge Qualifier, brought to you by ZipChair, official gaming chair for the CECC. Head over to zipchair.com to elevate your gaming chair today. So you are getting into this first match of the second series. Best of 3 finals. Akron's need to do it a few more times. 12 more stocks to total victory. UNT Green, they want to force that game number 3.
So now we get to see White versus Fortune as the openers here for set number 2, and a very, very heavy projectile game right off the bat here. So things like Bounce and that Reflector that we saw from Fortune's kit in that previous series, didn't really get to use it, but what a catch there. The up air is going to kill so early onto White. Fortune with a pretty substantial lead here. Hero not lacking in kill power, but 87%. It means that you're going to probably need a good hit or two, but maybe Kaboom will erase all that damage all the way up to 120, and there's the back air to clean things up.
Okay, White. It makes sense to start him first after he finished last. Give him a little bit more of a chance at redemption. He's still hot on the sticks. Has to make it work, though. Fortune has been doing some surprising things with this Mii sword fighter. And it's, I mean, White does need to get that, you know, we talk about the projectile game, all the spells that hero can sling out. Meanwhile, Fortune is just like, chakra, tornado, chakra, tornado. And it's just so simple but effective. It's doing it. It's needed work here. Oh no, that's the same thing happened in game number 1. Oh man, Fortune, you can't be doing that when I'm talking you up like this.
Oh, it all looks so good for Fortune, but instead it all goes awry in these recoveries. Can't get to the ledge here, and now it's another lead. UNT Green, but White in a bit of a troubling situation here. They have to recover low, and they actually get knocked down there. Something traded, and White does not have the MP to recover. Good call there. The downer, the multi-hit, snapping them out.
Oh my goodness, yeah, White went for the full recovery. Mid up B, you just see Fortune jump down in the down air, the multi-hit, tagging him and making sure he goes under the stage. He is not recovering from that. Now, just like that, a little slip up from Fortune. We're like, oh man, that's not good. White's gonna capitalize on that. Fortune says, nah, I'd win. Buckles up, and now we're down to a last stock scenario again in our first matchup here.
79 to 62 in terms of percent here. White versus Fortune. Now it's Fortune in disadvantage. 99% as they snap to the ledge and they jump and it gets caught. The forward air sweep will sweep them out of this second series, and it's UNT Green in the lead.
Oh man. Okay. White really had to double down there because Fortune made it pretty interesting at those final moments, but managing to do it. Getting first blood for University of North Texas Green. Only on 1 stock, though, coming into this next matchup, and that's very scary, as we have seen multiple times throughout the night, how scary it can be leading in next game on 1 stock. I mean, White can get some meaningful damage done, I believe so, but against this Akron lineup, it's very, very scary to do. Even have to do that.
Yeah, we'll see if they can get anything more done here. White, though, I think you called it out at the beginning. Feels like a good pick here to start things off, because while it is Hero leading again, at the end of the day, it's the player who played most recently, right? The hands are now warm. They understand what they're getting into, and they have an opportunity to be a playmaker still, right? That's what it makes Hero so dangerous, is that those spells could come up at any moment. You're not sure which one will come up when. And you still have to worry about the character's kit in general, right? They cover a decent amount of space with that sword, and it's a little bit longer than Mii sword fighters, and there it's able to take that player off the board. So 1 down off of Akron. We're seeing now that Saiyan is locked in as that second member, and I'm curious now if UNT, say White ends up dropping the stock, do they opt for the Mario Ditto here? It's a matchup that UNT are at least familiar with Skinny the Pooh in their roster, but saying playing a little differently than Skinny was.
Yeah, I was actually gonna bring that up as well, right? There's that potential where they could run back the mirror. I mean, do the mirror and just have them both go at it, but fundamentally, God, Saiyan is just so scary on this Mario, so scary to deal with, and I feel like UNT Green, they wouldn't want to put Skinny in that situation unless he's confident in himself to be able to run the mirror effectively. It's just, I mean, I wouldn't even want to try and chance that at this point if you're needing to stay where you're. I mean, that's with the hubris of like, okay, we know White's not going to be able to win, but like, who can we have ready up next to contest with Saiyan, right? They could run it back. Nova could pop in as well, and get the work done there, but. Definitely, I think they would be better off not sending in Skinny when it gets to that point. But White has to step up first. We always say hope for taking at least 1 stock before falling. Bite them hard, take off a leg, get an arm, gouge their eye out, do whatever you can to make their baton pass off that much more meaningful and effective. As we are just waiting for that to load in. But yeah, Saiyan just needs to come in, do what he normally does. Just pop off White, and we can worry about that second man when we get there. But the thing is, like, one of the things is Saiyan with momentum is someone I don't want to have to face.
Especially with Saiyan being able to quickly snatch stocks away. And Saiyan, a little bit of that Skinny the Pooh playstyle that we saw in the beginning of that game, right? They were looking for the early forward airs at low percents, but not nearly as frequently, right? So we'll have to see how it pans out here. A little bit more, I guess, based around finding that up air combo was more towards Saiyan's game plan. We go to Hollow Bastion here, which we didn't really get to see. This was more of the Skinny the Pooh pick than it was for Saiyan. So curious to see how they play here. Just constant side with 3 in a row, immediately landing 55 dealt to Saiyan very quickly.
Yep. Okay. He just has to avoid getting caught in, typical combos by Fortune here, or Saiyan rather. It's just he was doing a good job of it early, but getting caught in that ladder combo, we don't want that to happen. It's down here, okay. I fucked that Clank for a minute, but yeah, doing a lot of damage and maybe taking that stock off. He's off to a great start. Their side B is connected very, very well. And another one is using the power of the elements. White needs to be able to take this down. Ooh, dodging out of the forward air. No spike for him, but caught in the unfortunate ladder. But he was just enough on the stage to bounce from the forward air.
Really caught that recovery too. Good tech there by White to get back onto the stage. Saw the back air incoming. Presses the shield and he's able to survive for the moment. Gets out of the back throw too. The side B will actually clash and it nearly kills. Saiyan's gotta be so careful right now. And they will die to the forward air, coast to coast off the aerial. And there's the stock we were looking for.
Okay, White's going to be feeling real good about that one, and his squad is probably cheering on for him as well. He actually gets a heal. The Survivor just a moment later. Oh my god, I thought the smash was going to hit. Not connecting there. Has Psych up as well, but the drop kick should seal the deal. Yeah, they're going to go and take that. Okay, Akron though did lose one. White did a well enough job to lose with purpose.
When you're in that type of situation, right, you go in as the first man and you don't know who you're going to play. You just say, beat the player across from you. They do that. They hold on to one stock. It's King of the Hill style. Now you've given your team the lead, right? You've given them that one stock advantage and the counter pick advantage. And that's where, again, I felt like I said Akron kind of thrive in that counter pick advantage. Taking that from them, that's a big mark for UNT Green here. So we'll have to see where they opt to go. We're seeing now that E01 looks like they are being locked in as that second player here. And so we get the Mario versus Byleth. We didn't really get to see a ton of this in that first set. E01 came in, cleaned up the final stock of Saiyan in set number 1. So now we get to see a little bit more of that action here in set number 2.
Right, yeah, that's something I wanted to allude to as well. So now, Saiyan down one stock. I mean, E01 can, a little bit of rinse and repeat game number 1. This is UNT with the counter pick, with the counter stage, everything they can do to push that ball back into the court. Going to a small battlefield? All right. Okay, they want that distance close. They want to be able to do as much damage as possible, as quickly as possible. The taunts are off, and the players are ready. Let's see what E01 can get done.
This is where they went in set number 1 as well for that one stock differential. E01 was able to clean it up with that back air at the ledge. So we'll see if E01 is able to find more of those aerials. Off the bat right now, it was Saiyan getting the combos, but now E01, they have the catch here. Neutral air will not land. Saiyan at the range disadvantage, but they have not been shy of going in and trying to find these combo starters, but all of a sudden these uppies are starting to catch, really rack on the damage. The back airs, though, nearly end up taking that stock off the board, but everything lining up for E01 to get extra damage. Side B will land. Sweet spot, too. Still doesn't find the stock quite yet. Saiyan recovering low. They'll make it back to the stage, but they're at 132.
Yeah, just one. Yeah, looking for the back air. Fishing for E01. Big air, trying to get it done. It's a little unlucky from Saiyan. Will actually cause a downfall. But he's reset, ready to go. E01, 92%. Saiyan has to make something happen here before he falls. Poised to do so.
These back airs are really doing so much work for Saiyan. How much damage has he done off of that move alone on this stock? But it's easier said than done, right? Gotta mix up the timings, gotta be careful about when you're using it. And that time, Trickery, run in and turn around up smash to take that stock. Great mix-up by Saiyan to get one off the board.
Absolutely. Okay. Saiyan did a due diligence, did a great job, something we were looking for them to do last time. No way! Ooh, that scared me for a moment. Train of thought derailed for a hot second. Saiyan trying to make some magic happen here. E01 looks a little scared now. Has to change up the game plan a tad bit.
Definitely a sigh of relief from E01 there that forward air did not take the stock. They're at 34%. They really haven't been scratched since that forward air, but still, maybe an opportunity here though. Able to air dodge out of it was E01. Staying out of combo range is key, and also catching landings. Man. The backswing of the down smash will shut down Saiyan.
Oh, you know it's a good day when Byleth gets to bring out the axe. And yeah, E01's gonna love that, okay? Only lost his stock, but managed to make it work for North Texas Green. Let's see if they can hold on to that though, because man, that was a little scrap. That was a little scary. That forward aerial off the side, bro. Like, genuinely thought he was gonna hit Blast Zone with that, but very good job recomposing himself as well, because getting back on stage. But now he has to deal with Leia Realms and the Wii Fit trainer. Very solid third player. I mean, even if they're like a second player, like I really do like the positioning that they put Leia Realms in on University of Akron. Very, very good answer into E01 here, and it's an uphill battle. But like I said, Byleth brought the backpack. They got a lot of weapons to make it happen potentially.
And I'm curious to see what stage we end up going to. We saw PS2 last time between these two, but we've seen some. I guess not unconventional, but certainly less seen. Hollow Bastion's getting more and more use as a counter pick. I think especially at the collegiate level. But it looks like we're likely going back to PS2 here. Yeah. Leia Realms was the player that was able to quickly catch E01 out on those two stocks. Importantly, able to do so at high percent. So even though it seemed rather even off the start, they lived up to about 80 on the first stock, and then 114-ish, I want to say, on stock number 2. See if that trend continues here between these two players. E01 wasn't was able to get a decent start, but it really was the lackadaisical defense and a little bit more dragged out that was allowing Leia Realms to find those windows.
Absolutely, and E01 already playing differently here, moving different, breathing different even in this matchup. I mean, having looked at how Leia Realms had played earlier, managing to land. Oh, nice, got one side of it. Just being able to wait. Okay, that still works. Good to know. The tip of the spear is just so indomitable. Man! Nice little side combo on the edge of the stage from Leia Realms. Quickly racks up that percent.
So much damage dealt already, 86 to 92 here. And it is E01 with stage control. They find the up B. They won't be able to find the combo though. DI out instead means a down air won't be able to follow up. Back airs won't be able to find the sweet spot. Good parry though. Dash attack to knock them away. Leia Realms, they were good at sniping out too. Remember that neutral B also took a stock earlier, and they're able to find some decent opportunities. Soccer ball will connect, but good tech there for E01 to be able to survive.
The tip of the spear lands on the foot. Oh man, arrow not quite gonna snipe. Doesn't fire fast enough to catch the fast fall of Leia Realms. As they're playing around the side of the stage, very often like they do. Is it gonna catch with the stomp? Oh my god! Maximum damage too, sending them far off to the left blast zone. He's set for both members, but Leia Realms is still up an entire stock.
Big stock here for both players, right? It feels like Leia Realms, you drop this one, and all of a sudden, 4 stocks remaining for Akron, only 1 player left, and you got to deal with 6 more potentially, and that's assuming you're able to get that stock off the board. E01 putting in the work right now. but won't be able to get that combo started. The up B only finds shield. A bit of damage thanks to the neutral air. Forward air will land. Soccer ball as well. Maybe a chance here. Oh, they tried to step back forward smash, but it's a down air that will counteract it. Leo Realms now has to find a way to land. Can they do so to get around the dash attack? And the second chance at life here, but it's going to be neutral air into up air with deep breathing that shuts down the stock.
Man, if Leo Realms is a little bit higher on percentage, that snatch into down air onto ledge or onto platform possibly could have killed there, but because they were like 20% lower, it wasn't going to be the case. But I saw the vision, Eric. I saw the vision. It's okay. It happens, but did a good job managing to take a stock off of Leo Realms for whomever's coming in. I'm like, are they going to sit in Skinny the Pooh again? Like, are they going to run this back? Are they going to do it? Like, hello? Give me what I want. But no, that was really good job by E01 to do as much damage as possible before bowing out, as Leo Realms actually had to fight a little bit harder for that victory this time around compared to their last meeting.
Yeah, very, very close between the two of them. You scared me with that Dr. Mario appearing at the bottom of the screen, but it is going to be Skinny the Pooh stepping into the ring here on the Mario, and I think it was a very hard-fought battle again between those two, but like you said, E01 feels like the game plan is there. They've got a very solid read of what their opponent wants to do. You can see the vision for some of these combos, but at the end of the day, Leo Realms' survivability, an underrated aspect here, with so many players and so many characters thriving off of things like the 0 to death, catching you at the perfect instance and getting damage or KOs off the back of it. It's these players that are on characters that aren't the heavyweights, that are being able to survive for long periods of time, get deep breathing back online and take stocks, that are getting so much advantage. And now maybe an opportunity to bring things back. Only a 1 stock difference between Akron and University of North Texas.
Yep, and I love one thing though coming into this is the fact that they on the side of Akron, they banned FD. They did not want to have that run back of what happened last time. It was too close for comfort for them. They're going to ban FD and be back here on PS2. Skinny the Pooh, you know he's going to play aggressive. You know he's going to be staying in the face of Leo Realms as he's doing so now. Already at 94% on his first stock, though. Has to be a little bit more concerned and more careful with his approach, because he's eating a lot of damage here. Wants to try to catch out Leo Realms. Gets the ladder started, but the eye allows him to fall away. He survived.
It's interesting because you typically think of Wii Fit as a character that, when they're off stage, they buy themselves time, they, charge up the projectiles, they get the volleyball onto the stage, but Skinny the Pooh is just not afraid to interact with them off stage, despite not having as solid of a recovery. They're not fearful at all, and you see it right there, the back air, able to seal away stock number 2 here, and now all of a sudden, with rage, it's very scary. Look at the mix-ups too, jab, and they go for the forward air afterwards. Is this melee? What is the combos and the dancing?
I did not know Skinny the Pooh unlocked Ultra Instinct right there, because that dodge set was so nasty, and he runs and gets the grab off too. Thankfully, Leo Realms had some Solar Chi charged up and ready to go. So we'll catch Skinny the Pooh off of the fall. Whoa, oh no! Did he, was that a misinput? Did he accidentally go too far to the right instead of the left?
He fast fell. He fast fell past the ledge and all of a sudden it's an SD, and now things look scary, but look at this. Leo Realms at 85 though, and they're off stage.
Yeah, he wants to make up for lost time. He was feeling confident enough to be able to close it out without losing his stock. Now everything's changed. The complexion has changed. The game has changed. He's fighting off stage again. He's one more good read. Goes for the dropkick. Not going to connect. Leo Realms is just far enough to recover, but gets met again by the plumber's boots. Skinny the Pooh closing it out.
Shades of Incineroar, down tilt at the ledge, in the back air, and all of a sudden down goes the stock, even at that percentage. And we praise Leo Realms' survivability, but no time to survive. Skinny the Pooh closing the distance so quickly and only dropping 1 stock in the process.
Oh my goodness. This is interesting, Soy. This is so interesting. We were talking about how momentum on the side of Akron is really good and propels them very, very far. But North Texas has done a really good job of stopping that and just playing their game how they need to. And now Cytonics is the last one for Akron. North Texas still has 2 left, and Skinny the Pooh now has a little bit more survivability. 2 stocks opposed to the one that it had previously. It's just that little bit surviving a little bit more. They want to force this to a 3rd and final game. And honestly, this is looking like the complexion to do so.
So this is interesting because we've been, talking about how aggressive Skinny the Pooh is as a player, right? Just constantly in your face. But doing that against a player like Cytonics on a character like Ken, this is very double-edged sword type of gameplay. And, you think with a 2-stock advantage that you might want to play a bit safer, just try and get the damage, see if you can catch them making more mistakes. But that's just not the way that Skinny the Pooh likes to play. And so you're sort of in this odd situation where it still feels like it can go either way, but it's really on Cytonics to make these plays happen. And they almost do the charge turnaround, and they nearly take the stock. They nearly find it again at 134.
Man, it's just so scary having to deal with Cytonics when they're online like this, as you cannot go for offstage so uncarefully against this player. He's always ready to throw out short Yukins. He tries to stop with the ladder. Focus that, gets grabbed, gets turned up, falls out of it though. Looks for the forward air, not going to connect either. He's going to put on 143 on your second stock. That one little buffer shield they have against Cytonics at 71. Maneuverability is the name of the game. Going to get all the coins possible off of that run. But man, a bit more of an effort Skinny the Pooh has to throw out.
Turnaround there, they'll get the stock thanks to that kick. 1 off the board here. And this stock means everything for Cytonics. To get back to even could be everything. And now with that little bit of rage, it is very scary here for Skinny the Pooh. They're getting knocked across the stage. These up Bs out of shield, though, continue to pile on the damage. It's not a ton, but the get off move resets neutral, and it forces a different interaction.
He didn't
this could
block!
be everything.
He didn't
Into the up B, and all of a sudden it's back to a tie game. Cytonics has done it again.
Oh my goodness, he didn't block. Oh no. Oh, those tiny little errors. I saw it as soon as he landed. The charge of the focus attack. Oh, Skinny, you had literally like 2 frames to not mess up, and gets caught slipping. And Cytonics is going to throw out the shorty Yukin every single time. And he did it again. He gets away with it again. Sets it back to even. Last man apiece, 3 stocks. Soy. We're back here again.
And Cytonics is playing with such confidence, right? To be able to do those things and be able to take the stocks the way that he is taking them, right? The callouts, the up Bs, right? Catching them in that very instance at the end there is just, it's so well done. And something that is really catching my eye is Cytonics' movement, right? You don't think of Ken as a very mobile character, and yet it almost, to me, it's reminiscent of like Melee Luigi, right? The slide covers so much space, and here Cytonics, it doesn't feel like they're moving very fast, and all of a sudden they just slide away thanks to this either the down B movement or just the momentum of that second jump. The way they are moving with this character is very tricky, and they are being very slippery. And a Street Fighter character that is slippery, I mean, that is a tough combo to deal with.
This is so interesting because it's the second verse, same as the first, but it's Nova. Actually, wait. Oh, Nova. Are we seeing the old Nova? Are we seeing the classic Nova come in with Inkling? Okay, I thought he was gonna play with the hero again, but I'm guessing not. I mean, I can see the reasons. I can see the reasoning why behind it and whatnot. But Cytonics is so interesting because he commands so much space whenever he's anywhere near. If you notice, like the way Skinny the Pooh was playing around, he was making sure he's waiting for the jabs or the heavy 2s coming down. He was looking for whiffs by Cytonics before he could dip in and get some damage done. Nova will be able to do a lot of this with their gameplay, and honestly, like, splat grenades are going to be so key. Oh my god, splat grenades and roller, getting those out on time is going to be essential for them for UNT Green to bring this to a final decider match. Akron, with the power of Cytonics, want to get it done with another 2-0.
Nova, the last hope of UNT to give themselves a chance at set number 3. Can they do it here on PS2, on the Inkling? They played a little bit of Inkling today. They got a little bit of action in that set against UTA in that semifinal, but haven't brought them out today, haven't brought them out against Akron, and Cytonics having none of it right now, constantly throwing out moves on shield. Up B, got hit the strong hitbox. That time around, nearly able to kill them off the top. Roller in, and the shield there nearly cost them the stock.
Oh my goodness, you can't do that with Roller. It doesn't work the same as it did back then, you know? It's not superior anymore. But yeah, Cytonics has been in control this the entire time. Nova, I don't think that button check was enough to get you warmed up on the sticks on this Inkling because you were getting sent straight to the gulag, my friend. There's the first stock down. Cytonics on a roll. Momentum can be extremely dangerous. Nova tries to get some counter hits in. Armored through because of the focus attack. Tries to get the dash attack in with the smash, but not going to connect either. It's just a little bit of game plan tweak needs to happen from Nova, where Cytonics is going to run away with all of this here with 3 stocks.
You can feel the momentum right now, dipping into Akron's favor, slipping away from UNT. Good parry as well. Paint gone, so a little bit of damage is going to go a long way here. Cytonics thrown off stage, but they'll be able to snap back to the ledge, but they get caught here. That should be the forward smash, and that's stock number 1 off the board. Nova getting one back here. They're at 75% though. They get turned around there, but it will not be enough to knock them off stage. Cytonics tried to call out an approaching jump.
Yeah, that's one thing that they have to watch for a lot. You have to be able to outdistance him and not get caught on the top hitbox of the Shoryuken. Are you serious, Cytonics? Oh my goodness. It's like you can never call them random, right? It's very calculated. It's just the fact that the speed at which they're coming out is almost, he's like, how is he predicting it? Just making it work every single time.
And it's such a good move, too, because think of the way that Nova wants to get these combo starters, right? They want to aerial in. They want to use that neutral air to get things going. Things like the falling up air, too. But it's just not going to be any easier when Cytonics is throwing out those up Bs, even if they don't land. Like you said, he lands on the platform. It's a bit safer, too. And air dodge away! Is he going to be able to make it back? He will, just barely. By the skin of his teeth is he able to grab that ledge. Oh, we nearly saw it all go away, and his shield's the size of an
he got caught!
And Cytonics is all over the
He landed into it! He's done! He's done!
Trick! Cytonics sends Akron to the CECC Invitational.
He landed in it again. Oh my goodness, Cytonics. Wow. Wow. Absolute amazing performance coming in. Anchor of the day, if I've seen one. GG's all around, but yes, once again, congratulations to University of Akron for making it in through the LCQ bracket to finals. It was a fight. It was a scrap. Yes, it was a 2-0, but it was closer than one would think just by looking at the score, right? They literally went to the last player each time, and North Texas Green, they really tried, played their heart out. Unfortunately, it was not to be the case. Man, these online Ken players, apparently. What? That's not a sentence I get to say often. Okay. All right.
I mean, what a series. And congratulations, too, for North Texas. The season they've had, the run they went on to get to this point. That was not an easy matchup for them to even get to here. And again, put on a show against Akron. But Cytonics, double clutch. Both games, last member of the squad, able to get it done. Trailing, I believe, in both, right? Trailing 4-3 in the first game, I believe. And then here, 5-3, and able to get the job done. 2 stocks apiece both times. Akron, they are your LCQ, or last chance qualifier, I should say, champions. And what a series it was. Akron, a dangerous squad, a lot of playmaking potential, and I cannot wait to see what their future looks like.
Absolutely. They're going to have so much fun at the championships. They're going to have so much fun bringing the squad all the way to the LAN in person, and it's going to be super nice to see them there. And man, great run from North Texas Green. You know, like I said, they've been fighting all day. The 2-1 in semifinals really was a a barn burner for them. I mean, maybe UCA Orange just, did something to them, just took a little bit too much energy out of them, and man, but online kids, what? That's all right, I guess, because that happens. But yeah, waiting for an interview. We will have that on the other side of a break, so don't go too far. We have a little bit more LCQ stuff for you here in a moment. See ya.
Welcome to the LCQ Finals. Welcome to the LCQ Finals.
Welcome back, everybody. It's your boys, Crow and Soy, back with the victorious Akron Smash Squad. How's everybody doing right now? Congratulations, by the way.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, we're doing great. That was a hype crew battle. I'm excited. I'm excited coming off the.
Oh my god, I so agree. Like we would be talking about it in the pre-show. We're like, okay, this is gonna be a fun matchup. Like y'all both have pretty, healthy 2-0s, 2-1 on UNT Green's side of the bracket as well. And just strength wise of the players, I thought it'd be pretty nice for it to go down to the last player on both of the games. That was pretty hype. I want to ask this directed towards Titanics. You being the anchor, like, first of all, online Ken, you brave soul. I absolutely adore that from you. How did you feel going into this one, being like, okay, guys, don't worry, whatever happens, I got it at the end?
I will admit, I always feel nervous going in as the anchor, but it's something I've gotten used to at this point, and I know that I was able to close it out in this scenario. I felt confident in it.
For this group, I mean, it was a kind of a long day. You guys had a little bit of a break to start off this bracket, the semifinal against Sac State, and then this grand final, which was a very, very close matchup. I guess my question is, how do you feel about the team's performance so far, through really this season, and it culminating for now, at least, in this last chance qualifier victory?
I think we've been doing pretty good in we're in NACE 2 and we're doing pretty good in that. And for this, we didn't drop a set, so pretty happy with how we've done this semester specifically. Last semester in NACE we made it to playoffs without dropping a single set. Set. So this whole entire year has been a lot of ups for us, and we're really excited about it.
And this is a group that's also grown a lot too, right? A lot of players were here, I believe, last year, and so this is a very experienced group. How has that helped you? I guess now that you're headed to the CECC, how do you feel about that now that you've got that kind of LAN experience under your belt?
Yeah, we knew each other from last season because we were all on the team, and then Cytonics joined this year. But Cytonics, we already knew him from, he's a local guy. We knew him around the scene. So the four of us already knew each other anyway. So and that's really helped out a lot, chemistry and that kind of stuff. Knowing who to send, knowing each other's strengths and weaknesses. Knowing like, hey, I can do this. Hey, I should lead here. Hey, I'm only taking 2 stocks, so let me lead this time. That kind of stuff. So
It's brilliant stuff. I love that. Yeah, you could tell like y'all trusted each other enough to adjust and adapt accordingly throughout. I mean, there were some barn burners. I'm gonna be thinking about this match for a while. That was absolutely brilliant stuff. Looking forward to the CECC LAN. Looking forward to Texas. Who's on your radar going into this thing? Because I mean, we heard in bracket 1, Fisher was talking like, oh yeah, we want to see Akron again. Are y'all feeling mutual about seeing them again? I know y'all played in NACE as well, but anybody else at all? Like, who is on Akron's radar?
Playing Fisher again would be hype. We've already played them twice. Have we played the higher Fisher team? Yeah,
I don't think
we haven't played the Fisher team with Sonics and all those good players. So that would be, it would be awesome to play them for the first time. I don't know if Northwood. Do you know if Northwood made it?
Yes, they did.
Okay,
Yeah,
we always love playing Northwood. Our sets with them are always super close. We always have close sets with Michigan State. I'm super hyped for that.
Yeah, Michigan State too, bro.
What's up?
Literally anyone on the radar, we're ready.
That we're
Real.
really absolutely real. I feel that. Well, thank you guys so much, and congratulations again for making it through LCQ for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. We will see you guys in Texas at the LAN. Thank you guys so much. Have a good night. Have a good rest for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Oof, Soy, that was it's been a long day of some Smash Bros. Ultimate action on the board. How are we feeling after the end of all of this, man?
I'm excited. I mean, a close match like that gets the adrenaline going, right?
Yeah.
Even though it's late. I mean, a little bit later for the East Coast side of things. I'm West Coast. It's a little bit earlier here, but it's still an exciting time. And this part of the year is always just so much fun to watch. The end of the scholastic year is where things get very, very tense, and there's just nothing like playoffs. There's just nothing like it for any esports scene, and the SSBU scene always delivers on this stage.
Oh my God, you're so right. And once again, we have to give another shout out to Zip Chair, the sponsors of the CECC Last Chance Qualifier, the official gaming chair of the CECC. Head over to zipchair.com and elevate your gaming chair today. Now, on the docket for tomorrow, there's still more LCQ action just in the Overwatch section of things. Starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it's going to be the CECC LCQ Overwatch Bracket 1 Finals, Northwood versus Illinois State University, casted by the homies Septilence and my flock mate Nerdy Bird. And at 9 p.m. Eastern, it's going to be the LCQ Overwatch Bracket 2 Finals with UCI Esports versus UCI Esports versus UCI with Kletchke and Twin Salty. It's just California versus California as normal. You know how it goes. Just too many colleges. Everybody's playing against each other. But that will be on for tomorrow. Absolutely excited to see you guys there to finish up this LCQ action. But from myself, from Soy, Leighton behind the curtain, and the rest of the broadcast team, we wish you good night, and we will see you tomorrow.
Welcome to the LCQ Finals.